Alrighty, we are live. Welcome to our Packers-Browns preseason watch party. We have a whole bunch of things to discuss before the Packers and Browns start their first preseason game of 2024. But we just want to say welcome to anybody who's going to check out this watch party. We are going to be live. This is going to be a taste of what our Patreon subscription offering is. So every month we have 2 watch parties. They are voted on by the patrons. So this is going to be an example of what you'd see. You'll see for a Packers game, it's all 4 of us on screen, and we are live for the entire game, including a 30-minute pregame show and live after the game. So we're going to get into our pregame show right now.
Welcome to another live episode of the Wisco Fanatic Show, where we discuss the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, Badgers football, and basketball from an optimistic perspective. Wisco Fanatics is brought to you by Cardboard Legacy, Wisconsin's most complete sports card shop. Buy, sell, grade, and consign all at their location in Oshkosh.
All right, so we are going into the pregame. We are going into the preseason, and people are probably wondering, why are we doing a watch party for a preseason game? First of all, it gives us a little bit of experience by doing one of these before we get into the regular season for the Patreon subscribers. Also, there's plenty still to pay attention to, especially with how young the Green Bay Packers are. There's going to be a lot of players that play for a big chunk of this game that do end up factoring into the regular season roster and into the rotations all over the field. So with that, we're going to start defensively, and Bryant is going to take us through the safety group.
Yeah, so this game is going to be really big for the young safety group because, not to give too much away, but when I did my preliminary roster projection, I had 4 safeties on there. Right now, I don't know how they get away without putting 5, because there's no way. I don't think there's any way you cut Oladipo, even though we haven't seen him. You haven't heard his name as much in the practices and all that kind of stuff. But I'm excited for him to watch him play today. Hopefully, he'll get some snaps. But then everything we've heard is that Evan Williams has been playing out of his mind, and then same with Bullard has been playing really good. You've seen it family night. He made a couple really great plays. And then on top of that, the coaches keep talking about Anthony Johnson Jr., who's also getting some snaps with the first team in drills. So the safety group, we really need to pay attention to tonight. I want to see, I know Xavier McKinney is suited up. I don't know if that means he's going to get some snaps. I imagine he'll probably get some snaps. I imagine that Jeff Hafley wants to see who is quickly becoming the captain of this defense, if not already the captain of this defense. Get some plays in, at least on the back half, and then pay attention to who gets to start alongside of him. I have a feeling it'll be Anthony Johnson Jr. just because he's the veteran. But we'll see. We'll see if it's Evan Williams, and we'll see if it's if Bullard gets out there, and when Oladipo, it won't be Oladipo. I can tell you that much from the jump. But that means he's probably going to get a lot of playing time too after that first or second group comes out. So I'm really excited to kind of watch these guys play. We've heard nothing about good things from them. One of the weaknesses of this kind of defense when you're playing press and up on the line is that you get beat over the top. So I really want to watch the safety group and see who's going to be able to be the best protector back there, because everything we've heard is that Xavier McKinney pretty much is getting to call his own if he comes forward or he stays back. So if he's going to be doing that, he needs to know who's on the field with him and what their capabilities are, and if they have the ability to get deep or if they're a better tackler or whatever. So it's really going to be kind of fun to watch them play together in a real game for the first time, actually hit people and see how they communicate. So that's what I'm excited about. What about you guys? Can't hear you, Tyler.
My bad. First of all, yes, Connor, go Pack, go. And I'm going to jump into the cornerbacks. So I'm going to go with Jair Alexander first. He is not suited up today, so Jair Alexander is getting the day off for preseason. We'll see if he ends up playing the second or third games, but he's not playing today. So I'm going to skip past Jair Alexander and go into Eric Stokes. So I have not heard a single word about any injury concerns from Eric Stokes at all in training camp, which is a great thing. And then as far as just hearing about him, Matt LaFleur said Eric Stokes has looked like the guy we thought he could be. So Eric Stokes, pretty much guarantee is going to be one of these starting cornerbacks. I'm wondering if Keyshawn Nixon is maybe going to step up into Jair Alexander's spot, as was listed on the unofficial depth chart. After that, we're looking at Carrington Valentine, who is also not suited up today, so Valentine will be out. And then after that, we are looking at Raylan Goforth, Corey Valentine, Kalen King, L.J. Davis, Robert Rochelle, Kamon Green, and Don Callis. This is a group to still pay attention to because these 7 guys are essentially going to be battling for about 3 or 4 roster spots. So definitely still some reason to pay attention to these guys later on in the game, which we will be here for the entire game. So Jake is next. Jake is going to talk about the defense.
All right, so I got the big boys up front. I'm going to start with the D tackles. So the names that we know Kenny Clark, we know Devontae Wyatt, Colby Wooden. TJ Slayton has been nothing but positivity from camp so far this year. He's been dominating from everything we've been reading. And then you have Jonathan Ford and James Esther. Those are 2 guys. Jonathan Ford's been here for a year or 2 now, so he's probably going to be a cut. James Esther's probably going to be a cut. But the thing about preseason is these guys are, showcasing their skills for other teams that may be weak at these positions. So Jonathan Ford and James Esther are going to have to show out if teams want to D-tackle. Now we get the defensive ends. You get the top 4. So the starters that were listed on the unofficial depth chart is Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary's probably going to eat every quarterback in the league this year, maybe once or twice a game. And then backups, you have LVN and Kingsley Enagbare, which we got really positive news about him when training camp started, that his injury wasn't as serious as we thought. So that's a great sign. And then after that, it gets kind of messy. I mean, you got Brenton Cox Jr. He's like a classic stash and develop player for Green Bay. They've been doing that for years. Super athletic, had a troubled past, but you throw him in little old Green Bay and you're just like, listen, all you got is football, buddy. And you wonder why it always works out, right? And then Carl Brooks, everybody, all Packers fans were, pleasantly surprised with Carl Brooks last year. He was very good. After that, he's got a bunch of guys who are just going to be playing for jobs for other teams, in my opinion. You get Deslin Alexandre, you get Brevin Allen, Keyshawn Banks, Zach Morton, Aaron Mosby, Spencer Wage, and Kenneth Odumegwu.
He'll probably stick though because he's an international player. I will say.
Yep. So, and he's got really good size actually. 6'6", 259. I mean, that is a mammoth of a human being. So I'm really excited to watch him. I'm gonna be looking for 98 all day today.
All right, so we are going to leave linebackers because it's such a diverse group, and because the Packers are going from 3-4 to 4-3, we are going to save that for during the game as kind of a collective discussion. So we're going to go from defense to offense, and we're going to go to Simon for the offensive line.
Yeah, I think it sounds, for the most part, like our starting 5 is pretty set. Barring obvious injuries and Zach Tom status and stuff. So from left to right, you got Rasheed Walker, Elton Jenkins, Josh Myers, and then you got Morgan taking over that right guard spot and Zach Tom obviously starting at right tackle. I think after that, you have a ton of question marks that still need answering. Who's going to be the first tackle off the bench, or are they going to slide one of the inside guys outside and take one of the other guys and move them inside? Who's the backup center? And I think we have about 10 guys kind of vying for 4 or 5 roster spots between Monk, Ryan, Glover, Dillard, Jones, Jennings, Telford, Smith, Newman, and Tenuta. I think we're going to have a lot of question marks that are really going to get answered over the next few weeks at how they feel. And from something I just read, it sounds like they're going to give Dillard the first swing at right tackle with Zach Tom not playing today either. So that's a lot of guys and not a lot of spots. Obviously, I think the draft picks are probably the most safe, but you never know.
Dillard's interesting. Sorry, quick comment. Dillard's interesting. Anybody know if Myles Garrett is playing today?
I don't know, but
I would imagine not, but that scares me a little bit. So hopefully, I'm guessing if that's the case, you're going to see you might see some quick stuff from Jordan, just to keep him clean, just to get him a couple throws in today. Probably some runs. Josh Jacobs has looked good in practice. So.
Yeah, so we can move right into quarterbacks. Matt LaFleur said Jordan Love is going to play. He does believe in starters playing in the preseason. kind of similar to Andy Reid's philosophy on it. He believes in players playing in the preseason. So, it's not any sort of reason that people should be like, oh, Jordan Love might not have enough figured out. Like Patrick Mahomes is playing in the preseason. That's a coaching thing. It's a philosophy thing. So for Jordan Love, I'm expecting him to play a solid chunk of the first quarter, maybe the whole first quarter. And then as we go down the preseason games, I'm expecting less and less. So if he plays like the whole first quarter this week, he'll play half the first quarter next week and just play a series or two in the final preseason game just to get him some game reps. Moving on from that, Matt LaFleur did say later last week that he's going to have Sean Clifford playing more than Michael Pratt. So looking after, if let's say Jordan Love plays the first quarter, Clifford maybe plays the second and third, and then they have Michael Pratt play the fourth quarter just to get him some experience and get his feet wet. So that's what I'm looking at with the quarterbacks. Now, moving on to wide receivers, back to Jake.
All right, so wide receivers, I mean, we talk about a group that is just so ultra talented. I mean, the top five, Watson, Dobbs, Reed, Wicks, and Bo Melton. You have some really interesting guys after that with Malik Heath, Samari Toure, and Grant Dubose. Grant Dubose is really, really interesting in my opinion. You have Dimitri Stanley, Julian Hicks, and Jalen Wayne. So you got a couple guys in Heath and Toure who, in my opinion, are fighting for that number 6 spot. They're probably going to keep 6 wide receivers. So Toure and Heath are probably fighting for that 6 spot, but I really wouldn't count out a guy like Grant Dubose. Grant Dubose has some pretty good size. He plays fast. He plays physical. The thing that he has to learn, and it's kind of a reps issue, is he has to learn how to sit down in the zone. He has to learn how to go from 100 to 0 back to 100 miles an hour. So that's hard to learn for NFL wide receivers, especially when you're younger like this. But this whole room is young, so these guys are all friends. I think that Grant Dubose could show out and steal a spot here.
That's fair. Definitely going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye on. Simon, what's going on with the backfield?
Yeah, I think from everything that I've read, it seems like that despite Dylan's contract of kind of like no money guaranteed to him, it sounds like he's going to make the roster. I'd be surprised at this point from everything I've read that he doesn't. So it looks like Jacobs, Lloyd, and Dylan are going to be roster locks. After that, you kind of have some guys. I'd be surprised if the Packers carried the 4 running backs, but definitely that first guy, the Patrick Taylor spot on the practice squad, being the first guy to come up on games. Emmanuel Wilson is probably everyone's favorite or the favorite to make that spot. And then you have a couple guys like Ellis Merriweather and Jarvion Howard also vying for that spot too.
Okay, so Bryant is going to go through the kicker competition, and then after that, give us a refresh on the new kickoff rules.
Yeah, so the kicker competition kind of took a little bit of a turn this week, I would say. It's pretty interesting. I would say at this time, Greg Joseph is actually leading. I know we talked about before that if Greg Joseph and Anders Carlson were tied like neck for neck or same, essentially, that it would probably go to Anders because he's a draft pick, younger, cheaper. Well, probably the same, pretty close, a little bit cheaper, but money with that position isn't too much of a concern. But, however, Greg Joseph has been clearly the better kicker so far in camp. They each had one really bad game or day where it was really windy out. So I think they both went for like 3 for 7. But before that, 3 for 7, before that, Greg Joseph was kicking over 90% clip in like the 40-something kicks he had, and Anders was just above 80. So there was a difference there of like 4 or 5 kicks, and I think before that day, I think it was at 3 kicks. So, but if you think about that, that's 9 points can change the course of a season. So, we could argue it last year. We could argue in the last game we watched them play that if you make that kick, it's different, right? So, at least minimum overtime. Not to bring up old wounds, but that's the point of this. Like, everyone wants to say it's early in the season and stuff, but this is actually what builds up and is this is where you make your hay, right? So. And then now they brought in an Alex Hale. Alex Hale's been 5 for 6 so far. We'll see if he has a shot. But it's going to be really interesting to see how they kind of divvy up these kicks tonight between 3 kickers. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't think we're going to see a lot. We'll talk about the kickoffs here soon. I don't think we'll see a lot different what they're doing there because I don't think they're going to show what they're going to try to do too much. But it'll be interesting. Hopefully each of them get a field goal try tonight, right? So hopefully, that's the case. So I think you'll probably see Matt LaFleur maybe go for it if Jordan Love's in the game, just to try to get him a touchdown right away or like go, a sustained drive since he's not going to play long. But I have a feeling once we get into field goal range or whatever, unless it's like a 4th and 3rd or shorter, you're going to see the kickers trot out because we kind of want to see what these guys have. Moving on to the kickoff rule, just a quick refresher. So what we'll see tonight is you're going to see more than likely on the screen, depending on the broadcast, right? I know it's early in the year, but especially when regular season starts, they have this big box that says landing zone. The goal is the kickers have to kick the ball into that landing zone. At that point, the returners will probably catch it. They'll have to return it, right? They have to return it if they catch it in there. If it goes straight into the end zone in the air, you're going to see that ball come up to the 30. If it falls short of the landing zone, so somehow they kick it short of the 20, it's going to go out to the 40. Same if it goes out of bounds. But if it does land in the landing zone, then it rolls into the end zone. You'll see it brought out to the 20. So teams definitely don't want to do that. I've tried to watch as many. I haven't watched them all, but I've tried to watch as many kickoffs as I can. A lot of what I've seen is I will say I haven't seen many stop short of the 20-yard line on the return. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I know we used to see Keyshawn Nixon taking them out like 4 or 5 yard deep. So there'd be times you tackle at the 15, 17-yard line. I have not seen that at all. From what I've seen, it's very possible I've just missed it, but a lot of them seem to be getting between the 20 and 25 minimum from what I've seen. So it kind of be interesting to watch that. I haven't seen anyone do anything tricky. I've seen the Ravens kick straight purposely into the end zone earlier, or last night or whatever it was. And then just let them go up to the 30. So it's really going to be interesting. I don't think we're going to see too much dynamic stuff today. I don't think their goal is to show if they're going to be doing any end rounds or anything. The Packers are certainly not going to show that in the preseason. So, but if you see, I don't know that we'll have our kickers line drive either. And that's why it's going to be pay attention to what they're doing in practice, or if they may even do these in the closed practices. But if one of these kickers has the ability to drive the ball at kind of like a laser level and get it into that landing zone very consistently, and maybe they're not kicking the field goal as well, that still might give them the one up on this team, because there's a lot of strategy now into this kickoff. So just I'm excited to watch how it works out for us tonight. See maybe our mentality. Are we just going to kick it deep? I don't think we'll kick it deep, because one of the things I've noticed too on the kickoffs is the defender or like the receiving team, their blockers are turned around looking backwards a lot of time and then try to pick them up. For me, I think it would just be easier to read and react as soon as they move, but I'm also not an NFL athlete. So it's going to be kind of interesting how they feel that out. Some teams have staggered the line because you can stagger it with 2. Others have had them all on the same depth. So, which they have to at least 9 players on the 35 or whatever, or 7 players on the 35, I think, and you can have 2 kind of set back and then the returners. So it's going to be pretty interesting to watch. So,
yeah, that's definitely something to keep an eye on as we watch these preseason games, is seeing the strategy of the kickoffs, regardless of the personnel that are involved, is just seeing how they're going to line up both as the kicking team and as the returning team. Because originally when Jake and I recorded a video about, the potential strategies of this, the sites and articles that I had read had shown 2 receivers essentially equal at around the 5-yard line on each of the hash marks. When I went to family night, the Packers, they were doing their original lineups. They had a short return man around the 15-yard line and then another one deeper. So it'll be interesting to see even just the strategy of where they have their return men. And to Jake's credit, he made a great call that one of the early, like the front return men could be A.J. Dillon. And to his credit, on family night, A.J. Dillon was that front return man. He's a guy that you could feel comfortable if a team tries to do a lollipop kick, that he's got the hands to catch and run, or to be a lead blocker for a guy like Keyshawn Nixon. So looking at it, I was going to ask you, Brian, do you think with the new kickoff rule about trying to land a ball inside the 20 and have it bounce into the end zone for a ball at the 20-yard line versus just kicking it out of the end zone for a 30-yard line set, that 10 yards Do you think that if one of these three kickers shows that they can do that consistently, that could be what decides the kicking job?
Absolutely. And I do think that could make a big difference. And Jake, you kind of make a good point. I'd like to maybe the Packers do that early on. A lot of them I've watched, they split them up or whatever, so that the kickers kind of try to kick away from them. However, maybe you let them do that and you take that risk until you kind of see, like, prove it to me that you can line it into the 20 and not let it go out of bounds to get us the ball at the 40, right? Maybe that's a gamble they're willing to take, and because they're like, or you kick it to Keyshawn Nixon and he's running full speed with A.J. Dillon running full speed ahead of him, and they're going to blast through the line. You know what I mean? Because those are the only people that can move before the kick, right? Is the kicker and the return man. So you could very well see, if they kick it up in the air and Keyshawn knows he's going to catch it short, you're probably going to see A.J. Dillon getting a good, 5 yards ahead of him or 10 yards ahead of him and just get ready to, okay, let's see where we're going to blast and go that way. So it could be really interesting. Now, if teams start to be able to exploit that and just, they have a really good kicker that can drill it to the 10-yard line and make sure it rolls in the end zone, then maybe the Packers will have to go the split returner. So it's going to be interesting to watch what they do today.
Yeah, and that too. That's where this gets really interesting as well, is seeing them try to land like those coffin corner kicks. But you have to be really careful because now you want it to bounce into the end zone and not out of bounds, where you're talking about a 20-yard difference depending on which line it bounces across.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have about 10 minutes until game time. Now, first thing I want to ask you guys as we get into the first preseason game of the year is, what is one player versus player-specific battle that you've been paying attention to in training camp that you're excited to see on the field? And Jake, I'm going to go to you first.
So I thought it was really interesting, Toure versus Heath, and I think that's a really, really good one. Heath has shown the ability. He's a big body guy, right? He's 6'2", 213. I mean, that's pretty big for an NFL wide receiver. Give Jordan Love another guy who he can just throw it up to, when all else fails, and he can go make some tough contested catches. He looks like he has soft, good hands. And Toure hasn't been as consistent as a wide receiver, but it looks like he's kind of carving out a niche for himself as maybe that split return man on special teams. So if he can become a special teams kind of player, and you're kind of looking at it that way versus Heath being another wide receiver number 6, where do you kind of draw the line? I think that would be really, really interesting. And then another one I have that's been a pretty big talk is T.J. Slayton versus Devontae Wyatt. I think that's really, really interesting. Devontae Wyatt had a very underrated season last year. A lot of people really didn't realize how good he was last year until they looked at the stats. And they're like, oh, my goodness, he was that good. And then you have a guy like T.J. Slayton who has been pretty consistent. I don't think the 3-4 was good for him. I think the 4-3 will be better. He's the better run defender when it comes to those two. So I think that could be a calling card of why he is, the starter right now in the unofficial depth chart. But T.J. Slayton versus Devontae Wyatt is going to be really interesting to see what they do. Maybe it's an aspect of the teams that they're playing. So week 1, the Eagles are a run-heavy team. Maybe you start T.J. Slayton. Maybe you have a team that passes the ball more. Maybe you go Devontae Wyatt because he's a better pass rusher. When you have that ability, so the two topics that I got was defensive line and wide receiver. You want to talk about the two deepest position groups on this team? It's definitely defensive line and wide receiver.
It's interesting to see. We can talk about this during the game as far as those three of Heath, Toure, and Dubose are concerned. I think we might have some differing opinions on that. But Simon, what's one player versus player position battle you're watching?
I'm intrigued by the opposite starting safety. I think there's a ton of possibilities and I think the Packers have opened up a ton of possibilities too on how. So I'm not even worried about necessarily the quote unquote starter next to Xavier McKinney, but I like the competition there between the rookies and then AJJ and some of the other prospects too.
For sure. Bryant, how do you feel about a position battle you're watching?
I'm interested in Morgan and Sean Ryan. It sounds like Morgan really has taken the lead in that one. However, with the injury, does it set him back? Does Sean Ryan get in this game and show that he belongs at right guard? Does he put that position, put them in that position to where how do you bench him at this point? So that's pretty interesting. And one sneaky one that I called this and you guys got one during the draft and you're like, no, that's not going to happen. Is I've heard Kalen King has been playing well and he's been getting some slot snaps. So they're training him up in the slot. I'm not saying that right now he's going to be ahead of Keyshawn Nixon for slot corner, but I kind of want to watch this game closely to see if he gets some slot corner snaps because it could really be between Nixon, Bullard. Bullard might sneak in that as well. And because don't forget, Keyshawn Nixon's played some safety too. So, and Kalen King in that position. So those would be the two that I'm kind of sneaky, kind of keep an eye on because Morgan was definitely ahead, but he injured his shoulder. Luckily, it's short term. But now Sean Ryan better grab this opportunity and maybe not let go. So.
Yeah, and the last one I'll throw out before we go to a quick commercial break after Simon's got some notes, I just want to throw out the backup quarterback. We know that Jordan Love is obviously the guy, but seeing between Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt, it's probably Sean Clifford as the backup. But if Michael Pratt can make an impression, or if Sean Clifford does something that says, "Hey, I'm the guy," should Jordan Love go down, knock on wood, obviously. But it'll be interesting to see how those two play in this preseason game as well. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We're going to be back, and then we will be live during the entire preseason game. We're going to announce the winner of our 7,000 Facebook follower giveaway at halftime, so definitely stick around with us for that. But we'll be live during the whole game. You can ask us questions about players that are on the field, questions you have about strategy stuff, any training camp battles, anything like that. During the entire game, we'll be live during the whole game, and we're going to have a short post game after the game is over as well. So stick around with us, and we will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are. Game's just about to start. Anything else you guys want to throw out there before the game kicks off?
No, I don't think so. I'm just excited to watch these players play, man. It looks like Packers can get the ball first. So.
Perfect. So Michael's apparently very ready to get this game going. Very excited for football to be back. Michael said, "Hell yeah, time for some football. Go Pack, go!"
Yes, sir.
That looks like who's back there? I can't see. Yeah, you're right. They're kind of lined up, one ahead of the other.
Tyler said he's looking forward to seeing Lloyd and Bullard in action.
Looks like they got Emmanuel Wilson back there as a returner. Was one of them. Damn Browns.
Kicked it too deep.
Yeah.
Yep, it is Emmanuel Wilson back there.
Merritt Watson Reed is out there, and Musgrave, and Josh Jacobs is out there too. That's nice.
Got Sean Ryan at right guard, Dillard at right tackle, so that's all right. Frank got that all correct.
Jacobs for about 7. Nice. Let's go, dude.
I think when we talk about Josh Jacobs, people talked about a lot that he had like a down year last year. I think people underestimating like how much his injuries factored into it as his season last year.
Yeah.
Looking at like being the Las Vegas Raiders, like what need do you have to have Josh Jacobs out there?
Yeah, I think behind this line, he might have a big year. Been nice to see him break the tackle there, but
First takes the third down.
go deep. Oh, wait. Boom, baby! Let's go!
Wow. There he is.
D-Wicks, baby. What's that, about 65-yard touchdowns? 55-yard
Yep,
touchdown?
that is 65. Yep, that'll do.
Just wait till you guys. Just wait till you guys hear my stat.
Look at that route.
That is awesome.
I thought when that ball came out of Love's hand that he overthrew it. He drove that thing in there. Carlson's getting the first kick here. I can't see the number for the long snapper. That's one we didn't talk about, but there is a battle going on there.
That's about in.
He made it.
Where's that?
Oh, man, Wicks burnt him so hard. The guy's hurt. You gotta feel bad for him.
Oof.
Just off the inside of the.
To be honest, that
upright
might be
right
the end of what we see of Love tonight. So.
I was gonna say, I was wondering earlier if he goes out there and just like has a good drive, do they just pull him and be like, all right, we're good? Or do you think they're gonna roll him out there again?
Selfishly, of course, you want to see another drive for him, but smart wise, like, what else do you need to see? He just 2 for 2 for
I can hear
4 yards and a touchdown.
I can hear the strategy for both perspectives. Because, like, do you put him out there? Like, do you get him, like, a bunch of reps and then pull him and make sure he's healthy before you get into the regular season? Or do you play him a little bit and then play him a little bit more next week and then play him like the whole first quarter to get him like kind of acclimated to playing time? Like I can see the case for either perspective.
Honestly, what I think you'll see is he'll play the most in the second game and less in the third game, because if something was to happen, if it happens in the third game because you had him in there longer, there's less time to heal up. So if he gets a little sprain or something, knock on wood, right, in the second game, you're probably fine by the start of the season.
I think that makes sense, especially pulling that fourth game. It kind of seems like they moved the games up one, right? So like you give them that extra week of rest and preparation into week one.
Wow, couldn't ask for much more from the start, huh?
Yeah, I'm watching on the WTMJ website, so that's probably why I'm about to play behind. But
oh, my bad. No,
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out one way or the other.
It's preseason. We'll make sure we're synced for the real season. But when you see me holding up a touchdown sign, that's got to make you feel good, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Alaska is something else, man.
NFL Plus is only $6.99.
Yeah, that's what I was about to go do. I was gonna check out the website first and see, because I should be able to just watch it from the website because it's still
that's correct.
Whatever. But yeah, I don't know why the whole time they were showing this dude shooting like a deer or a reindeer or something.
So Alaska.
I was like, what is going on? What is Alaska? And then now it's just a long TV commercial.
For anybody who's in Wisconsin, David said he's watching from Cedar Hill, Texas.
Did they just join to the touchdown or what?
They joined, and Carlson's about to kick off right now. I don't know. They just totally skipped the first 3 minutes of the game.
That's awesome.
Right, we're good now.
For anybody who's watching with us and doesn't have the game on yet, you can find the game actually on the TMJ affiliate for NBC. It's actually online, so you can watch it online if you want to watch maybe like a side-by-side of us and the game going on.
Welcome, David.
You can watch it off the Packers website, too, if you have a local as well.
There's a return. About the 36.
Was that I missed it. Was it Carlton getting the kick?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's the kicker. See, that's pretty much what I've been seeing is it's somewhere between the 25 and the 35 is about where teams are getting the starting.
I think that's where the NFL wants them.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen like a crazy return yet. Have you guys?
I haven't.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen anyone like pull it past like the 40 or 50.
Dude, that route by Wicks was disgusting. Let's just talk about that a little bit. If you've seen the view from behind.
Nicely done.
Jameis Winston.
Is Deshaun Watson hurt, or are they just like not playing him?
They're just not playing him. Looks like McDuffie and Walker got the start.
That makes sense.
And Nixon was right there.
And Wilson,
yeah. Cooper's still hurt.
Yep, no Cooper today.
Man, nothing beats those Packers uniforms.
Jerome Ford starting for running back for him. He's good. Jerome Ford's good.
Do you guys have an opinion on like I saw a lot of flack on like the winter uniforms or whatever, and I honestly don't get it. It's just like it seems like it's just a way for people to like be mad about something.
I think people are more mad that it's such a storied franchise choosing to do something new that's making people upset.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It looks like
I don't think it's something that people need to freak out about.
Javon Bullard got the start, by the way. It looked like he was out there on that play, coming in for the tackle too, or around them anyway.
Wow.
I see him out there, so.
Dude, I'm gonna love Javon Bullard, dude.
You might be a play ahead of me, Jay.
So I think you're good.
They just got a first down. They threw it the bell.
I'm going to say the Packers website might be the one to watch on.
Good hit.
That's what I'm off of.
Yeah, that seems to be.
They were
way ahead of where.
Yeah, it was
where
it was
on
pretty
the
locked
TMJ
up
website.
line.
I mean, Bullard's ability to just go down in the box naturally, and because he has nickel
what a hit.
experience, is just going to be so key for this defense. Look at that run defense.
I will in about a play.
It's like, what was that? Slayton and Wyatt are up there.
Yeah, that was nice.
Wilson
nice
is
job by
too.
Wyatt.
Eric Wilson is probably getting some.
Yeah.
Just
It's
getting
good
some
by
snaps.
Slayton to get off the ball like that too.
Man. I missed watching the Packers.
Yeah, this is. It's like
Yeah, that's a
waking
good
up
job
on
by
Christmas
Wyatt.
morning, guys. Can't really beat this.
Oh, so what I was gonna say before, just a couple notes I thought maybe we should have started out with, but I didn't think about it at the time. Is like preseason, just as like a reminder, preseason score doesn't matter, right? This is the coaches evaluating singular players. That's a good pass, Nixon. And then secondly, remember that a couple years ago they changed it, so there's only one cut down day now, which is August 27th at 4 p.m. So you're going to see the Rossi go from. I mean, coaches are allowed to cut players as they see fit or trade them out or whatever, but that'll be the final day that the roster has to be at 53. Then you also see the practice squad start filling up pretty quickly.
The old dirty elbow back by the Browns player there.
I mean, Nixon was on top of him for a sec. You're going to like the next play, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys should definitely look into going
I can't.
Packers.com. I'm definitely
Yeah.
going there.
If you guys could pause for a play, maybe.
Who got up there first? Was it Wyatt?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then LVN cleaning up on the outside. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh yeah,
Wyatt
Wyatt
can be so good this year.
You got that swim move around a couple people there.
And off to the delay blitz there from Quay Walker creating some one-on-ones. Love to see that.
Yeah.
David said he's glad to this day that the Packers ruined the Cowboys Super Bowl moment when Dez Bryant thought he had the catch to win the game. Dez dropped it.
Yeah, Dez dropped it.
I get so sick of that argument. Oh, the Cowboys would have won. The Packers would have had 4 minutes left and needed a field goal.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, there was 4.5, and Rodgers was slinging it in the second half.
Yeah,
like there was no stopping him.
Destroying them in the second half.
And he had one leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was finally cold enough to where he couldn't feel the pain in his leg again.
Yeah, right. James Winston.
I've seen a couple of Packers, or at least one Packer writer in particular, trying to roast Rodgers for not practicing in the rain. I'm like, what's the point?
I don't know. I'm so tired of seeing stuff like that.
Yeah. Like,
dude, he literally is coming off of a season-ending injury, and he's going to be like 40 years old, dude. Like, what are we talking about?
Like, oh, he would have played if they made it to the playoffs, but he can't do this. I'm like, there's a big difference between the playoffs and an August whatever practice.
Dude, maybe I have to take back what I said about Devontae Wyatt. He might freaking eat this year, dude.
I'm telling
people don't realize that Devontae Wyatt I think he was more sacks through his first whatever many games than Kenny Clark did. Oh my God.
Dude, he's gonna eat.
Double team.
A double team.
He's gonna eat.
Stop him.
Man, Bullard was coming in there hot too.
Dude, this defense plays fast.
Do we have a Thanksgiving game this year?
We do. It's the Dolphins.
It is the Dolphins.
Right.
We do. I think we have the night game, don't we? The Dolphins.
They play the Dolphins.
That was actually almost a good throw with.
That was a good throw, yeah.
With Wyatt in his face like that.
Yeah, that's a good thing about we're not playing like Winston ain't the best quarterback, but he definitely throws the ball. You know what I mean? So it's good.
He's a very good backup.
He's a very good backup. Quarterback.
I agree.
Well,
it's a good hold by the defense.
Well, the thing about that throw before is like he's not able to step into the throw because Wyatt's there. So Wyatt really makes the entire play right there.
Yeah, people really underestimate like pressures.
Honestly, that was a really good throw. It's just he didn't make the catch. He probably felt Bullard coming down on him too. Granted, Bullard, I bet you anything, if you go back and watch that play, the coaching, they're probably going to tell Bullard to go for the tackle there to break it up instead of diving for the interception.
Yeah.
But
it's a good job by the defense to hold them a long field goal attempt.
All right. My family's having a party up there. Love to see that. Love to hear
That's a good kick. Wow.
Yeah, that was
some light on that.
York is good though. I mean,
yeah. So. It was a great kick.
So one guy we haven't talked about yet is Brenton Cox. I'm interested to know, do you guys think he's going to play defensive end, outside linebacker? The Packers were using him as a D-line. Some of the reporters were asking Matt LaFleur about him getting some D-line snaps. He said it was in the interest of just getting everybody some playing time everywhere and seeing everybody and feeling stuff out. But where do you guys see that Brenton Cox gets the most playing time? Should he assumedly make the 53-man roster?
I'll let either of you go first, then I'll answer.
I'll go. I think he's kind of like an edge guy. He's a little lighter than some of the other, like Gary and like Preston, and I've even seen them say Wooden's taken kind of some of those out edge snaps too. Yeah. So I think he could be like a tweener, but it would be interesting. It's because he's like about the same size as Egbare is, so he might be like a situational stand-up rusher at best.
Real quick, JJ McCarthy 1 for 3 for 18 yards and an interception, so we got that going.
Yep. Just go on Vikings Twitter though, and he's a top 5 quarterback in the league right now because of some.
My brother bought his jersey, and I was like, "Bro, that's wild. I would never. I would like.
That's the hopium.
But
that's the hopium.
I think he has a real good chance to make this team and at least have like.
I think so too.
You know, 5th pass rusher potential or whatever. So kind of like. You know, we brought in, his name escapes me. He used to play for Houston. We brought him in, but he got injured. But he was kind of like our depth pass rusher, kind of like that kind of role.
You're talking about from years ago?
A couple of years ago. He was actually playing pretty well, and he tore his ACL.
Yeah, tore his ACL.
But
I forget his name.
I cannot.
Hold on, I got it. Give me a sec.
But I feel like he definitely. They said that he's basically making a play a day in camp. He's getting tackles for losses, getting pressure. So I do think that he absolutely has a spot on this team.
Yes.
Oh, that's who it was. Yeah. I think if you're looking at it and you keep Carl Brooks along with the top 4 with Smith, Gary, LVN, and Egbare, and you want to make a premium to be a pass rush and say, this kickoff is, okay, that's interesting how they decided to do that.
Bryant, I just want to point something out to you. Nobody was looking back. That time they were all watching ahead, waiting for the kicking team to move.
Nice.
I was thinking about, like, when you guys
I'm watching them talk to the kicker right now before the kickoff, so I don't know how you guys got so far ahead of me.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I was thinking about that. I wonder how many, like, penalties there are going to be, like, early in the season from stuff like that, like pre-movement to –
right.
Guys catching the ball, because like if you do,
love is already.
If you do are not looking at the guy, you could pre-move.
Yeah,
and then I think that's like a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, true. Like
a false start, basically.
Yeah. That's a good point. Like because if they move before he catches it, it's a penalty on them too, so they can't trick you into moving.
Right.
Yeah. Then that would be almost like an encroachment kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
I can't remember what the call is. Someone did it in the Hall of Fame game.
Yep. So
I guess the answer to Jordan Love was 1 series.
Yeah,
that's fine by me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, yeah.
AJ,
if you out there throw a 65-yard bomb and that's it, I'm good with that.
Let Clifford play the rest of the first half and a little bit of the third quarter, and then let Pratt finish it up.
Yeah, because then you can have Clifford know what it feels like to come out of the locker room a little cold and do a drive.
Yeah. All right, what do we got? Reed.
Reed still in the field? I only watched.
Is that him on the top?
I just watched the Dillon handoff. So.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Reed's still on the field.
Well, so even though it was a 1-yard gain, Dillon looked a little bit faster getting outside there than he has in the past.
I would be excited to see even more lateral quickness from AJ Dillon more than to see an increase in just downhill speed.
Where are you throwing that ball?
By the way, Sean Ryan is snapping the ball right now.
That's interesting.
Oh, how was that?
It looks like Pelfort's at right tackle right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm far more interested in keeping Telford and Tenuta than I would be in keeping Royce Newman, even though he's got experience.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
And Royce Newman, of course.
I was gonna say he was holding his arm down the whole way. That was actually not a bad ball by Clifford.
I think that was about to be a touchdown, in my opinion. He was.
He had his arm pinned for sure.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you love to see a 65-yard touchdown from Sean Clifford and then have a handful of people on Twitter saying to trade Jordan Love and his entire contract?
Did you know that Sean Clifford has a higher passer rating than
I did know that.
Love? Worth noting.
Clifford's is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's just 1 for 1.
1 for 1 for 37 yards or whatever. Yeah. I mean, to me, that just.
Oh! What are we doing here?
What did I miss? How did we get a first down?
It was a flag, dude.
Pass interference.
Yeah, it was a pass interference.
Oh, they did call that on the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I refreshed because I'm so far behind you guys.
What is that?
That is a fumbled end around.
Yeah.
That was.
He still made something out of it. Good for Melton. I don't know what
Man,
happened.
progress.
That makes you think what he would have done if he would have held onto the damn ball right.
Yeah, he probably would have been gone.
Oh
dude.
yeah, that was on Melton. That wasn't a bad handoff.
No, I think that was good placement. Oh, go. Come on.
Oh.
I wanted to see him huck it.
Well, when they make contact, they got to throw the flag.
I know. It's a player safety thing, but
I just love how the Packers, like every single quarterback, they just train a hard count. I've
Yeah.
heard like several.
I have this in my
several
preseason
times
quarterback
Jordan
note.
Love bringing people offsides on our own team so far in camp.
I have this in my preseason notes underneath my quarterbacks. Bottom line, build a Tom Clements statue in Green Bay.
I'm all for it.
good.
I'm so serious. He's never
Yeah.
been a head coach for Green Bay, but he has overseen the transition from Favre to Rodgers and now Rodgers to Love. Give that man a statue.
Yeah.
Tyler, it's the same conversation with Chris Hook and Jim
Yep.
Anderson for the
Yep.
Brewers.
Perfect
It's
comparison.
Literally
Perfect
the same.
comparison.
Oof. The old line is not getting a push on run plays to the right. So who the heck is over there?
Yeah, I mean we've had people ask us on some of our posts about Caleb Jones. He was a fun stash prospect, but I don't think he's making it.
Jacob Monk is over in line right now playing right guard.
Yep. Dillard's in? Is he playing left?
He's a right guard tackle right now.
Right tackle, yep.
Nice. God.
Dylan does
The cuts
Dylan
look
does
better. I'll say that.
He does look quicker.
Go for it.
Well, yeah. What does it matter? Spread them out, dude. Let's go 5 wide. Let's see what Clifford's got. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, the preseason is the time to play around with stuff like that. So you might see a lot more going for 4th down in obscure spots.
Dude, spread them out and see what you can create. No, of course they go tight bunch.
I thought, man, we have a full yard and a half to get. I thought it was closer than that.
Play action.
Oh, they're gonna hand it off. See if we can power it in. No. I will say the blue line is not accurate.
What a terrible spot. Holy Moses.
What the
Yeah, the blue line has been off all game so far.
Yeah, it's not accurate.
Is that new tracking technology?
Yes. When we get into talking about running backs between Dylan and Lloyd about who's going to back up Josh Jacobs.
Did he not reach forward there?
He didn't. But one of the biggest things that I'm going to keep an eye on is how A.J. Dillon performs in short yardage situations, because that was one of my big things when we were going into free agency that I was looking at was running backs who were good in short yardage, because the Packers had one of the highest snap rates inside the red zone and inside the 10-yard line, but one of the lowest touchdown conversion rates.
Yep.
So I want somebody who's going to be successful in that.
That might have been on the line, but that was not. He didn't. He had 3 opportunities there, and it was not good.
And I'll be straight up honest. I am willing to take a little bit of extra fumble risk from Marshawn Lloyd if he shows that he can be successful in those short yardage situations, because the one out of every 45 snaps that he'll have a fumble, if we're converting 3 or 4 more first downs, that's worth it to me.
Yeah.
Is he? Do we know if he's suited up today, or is he still?
I'm pretty sure. I didn't see anything otherwise.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought I saw that he was suited up, but
You talking about Marshawn Lloyd?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't heard anything either.
Well, he came back and was playing in the family night right away. So
Right. I didn't see anything that he wasn't.
yeah, so I think he is. It's unfortunate for Dylan there. You'd like to see him convert, though. I mean, plenty of opportunities there. But if the line getting the push, but
Okay, here I got it for you guys. These players will not suit up. Dimitri Stanley, Jair Alexander, Carrington Valentine, Deslin Alexandre, Zach Tom, Keyshawn Banks, Edrin Cooper, Tyron Hopper, Donovan Jennings, Jordan Morgan, Tyler Davis, Tucker Kraft. So that is the full list of people who are not playing. So Marshawn Lloyd is not among them. So I think we will see some Marshawn Lloyd.
Okay.
look forward to that.
I'm a little
Matt
bummed we don't
LaFleur.
get any Tyron Hopper.
This is funny. Matt LaFleur, who has been playing too much college football 25, calls a jet sweep to Bo Melton, which somehow doesn't go for 25 yards.
The jet
That
sweep
shit is,
broken
that shit is so overpowered.
in NCAA.
Dude, the jet sweep and the 5 wide sets, dude.
I
If
hate
you
that.
don't get 20 yards on a 5 wide set, you literally suck at the game.
I think
I'm
the
sure.
2 stacked wide receivers on the outside is overpowered too. Just that whole set, all of the plays are just unreal.
What playbook do you use?
Arizona.
Ooh, I use Auburn or Tennessee's. Tennessee's got
Okay.
a freaking fire playbook, dude.
It's good to see the
Arizona is
defense
fun
put
to
in
play.
this situation too, in a short yardage on their own side of the field.
Yeah.
Wes Hodges said, looks like Quay Walker is done for the afternoon. Rashawn
Yeah.
Gary, Preston Smith, Xavier McKinney, and Kenny Clark also not out there. The deep
Yep.
safeties are Bullard and Evan Williams.
Okay, so they each got a series.
Dude, look at that quarterback room for the Browns. They got Huntley in there now. Jesus.
Yep.
They got a crazy quarterback room.
That's Dorian Thompson Robinson. I actually really like him.
Yeah, they have DTR.
I actually wanted the Packers to draft him to be Jordan Love's backup before they picked Clifford.
and Bari.
There you go. Oh,
And he had some good bend on the outside there.
that was a
Eric
nice
Stokes in the
job by
backfield,
Eric
too.
Stokes. Nice
Ooh.
job, by Eric Stokes.
Looks like Evan Williams is on the field now. That was him that made the tackle there.
Yep.
Say
Stokes
was
pushed
there
him
too.
inside, man. That was very nice.
Stokes did a really good job on the edge.
And
Yeah.
Bullard standing
Nice.
up the wide receiver right there. Man, that was
Now we're
nice.
seeing Bolden and Evans together.
Average age of those players, 13.
All right, 3rd and 2. Let's see what they got. Looks like man coverage, single high.
Oh, you're play ahead of me. All right. How is it 3rd and 2? I just watched him get tackled a yard behind the stick.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Run stop
Oh,
again.
man. I am about to talk a lot of shit to some people this
Is
year.
that Packers.com let you guys pause for a play or what?
Yeah, we can't pause it because it only stops. There's no pause.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You could go to Packers.com and then you could be caught up with it.
I'm
Dude,
not.
LVN looks good too.
I can't use Packers.com
LVN looks great so
because I'm
far.
not
Yeah.
local.
That was a good crash down on that read option.
Yeah, that was a great play. Nice. Great play
A
by
little bit,
Van.
little
They're
bit,
just
yeah,
standing
a
there.
little bit of pause, but he made the right read.
Oh,
Duffy in.
Are they going for it?
oh, hold on. They are going for it, but
Ooh.
hold on there. What are they going to call here?
I'm so happy Nick Chubb is healthy. I like him as a running back.
Yeah, good for him.
Is he actually healthy?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, he'll play.
He was just squatting like 600 some pounds or whatever the other day.
Because he tore his stuff up last year.
Yeah,
Oh,
His
yeah,
leg
yeah.
injury.
Yeah, his knee injury was pretty bad.
Dude, he's built different though. He's a monster.
I like Nick Chubb a lot.
Me too. I'm a big fan of him.
Ooh, good.
Yep,
Offensive
that would
pass interference. We take those.
that's a 2-point takedown right there.
Yeah, can't
Yeah.
do that.
You get over there and you sit down, you be mad at yourself.
What do you? Okay, I'm about to see the replay. Oh yeah, that's why he was that wide open.
Former Packer
Oh,
Corey Bojorquez.
I was thinking the same thing, dude. Gonna boom it. Wowie. Go all the way to the end zone. Thank
Yep,
you.
that's in there.
Thank you.
Was that Samari Toure back there punt returning? I think he's kind of like the third stringer.
Oh, look at it. It's Corey Bjorkhead.
Brian, you're literally a play behind.
I told you.
No,
Go to
I meant like in your
Packers.com.
head.
Anybody watching, go to Packers.com. That seems to be the place that it's the farthest ahead.
Tyler, I can't go to Packers.com. I'm not local. They won't let me watch it.
Well, see, some people make good decisions in life, and some people live in North Dakota. So
I like my decisions and living in North Dakota.
you like living in North Dakota?
You could live in Alaska. They get
I
local
like my
games.
job in North Dakota.
Yeah, go live in Alaska. At least he has local games. North Dakota, dude.
I had to tweet it out after the first drive. I'm like, oh, that Caleb Williams stuff was cute, but Jordan Love is him.
I think it's fair to say that we took 1 year off having the best quarterback in the league, and now we are in our division, and we have the best quarterback in our division again.
Okay, that's a perfectly reasonable take.
I don't think that Goff is better than Love. Like, let's be honest with ourselves.
I don't know. Some random guy on Twitter told me that Jordan Love's not even top 20.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's going to stay a random guy on Twitter. So,
Of course, I have Vikings fans, friends, because I live here next to Minnesota. Like, one of them posted on their Facebook, and they were laughing about the fact that Jordan Love was the 6th best odds for MVP. I'm like, you realize he accounted for the 2nd most touchdowns in the league last year, right? Like, it's not like this is a crazy. And honestly, he's probably a good bet because he's probably low enough to where you can get really good odds on it. So.
oh my goodness.
Jordan Love, 2 for 2, 63 yards, touchdown, 158.3 rating. Last year, 23 of 35 for the whole preseason, 256 yards, 4 touchdowns, 125 rating.
We are about to slap some people around, dude. So you guys are about to see a different version of Jake. If we have a defense, bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, dude.
And this is the thing, too. I did watch Matt LaFleur talking about it, that they were going to do some of the things like that they want to practice, but they're not going to show everything. Yep. It's very reasonable to assume that Jeff Hafley and the defense are going to be the exact same way.
Yeah.
Yep. Lloyd's in the game.
There we go. Marshawn Lloyd time.
They still have Musgrave out there as well, by the way.
With no Tucker Kraft and no Tyler Davis, it's basically Musgrave and Sims are the only 2 tight ends we got going. So
they have
2 tight end sets.
They have 2 other ones. They have a couple other backups.
Oh, boy. Throw it. Yeah, you just got Tucker and runner, buddy.
All right.
That man was hunting blood right there. Okay.
Dillard at left tackle.
He's if he can become a big piece backup left tackle, dude.
Well, it looks like they're giving him the first chance to be the 3rd tackle. If Walker's at left and Tom is at right, it looks like right now that they're giving Dillard first crack at being the 3rd tackle. Another end around.
Hands to the face too.
Michael said his neighbor is the same, a Vikings fan, been trying to give me crap about the Packers signing Love to the huge contract. I don't think McCarthy is going to be good, but I'm not telling her that. I do think McCarthy is going to be good, but I'm not going to tell her that.
I think McCarthy's going to be good.
Oof.
I think McCarthy's ceiling is mid.
I think McCarthy's ceiling is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yep.
Okay.
I hope he turns out well, but only because I drafted him for my dynasty league.
I don't care if he turns out well because I don't make decisions based off fantasy football.
Nice throw, Clifford.
Who is that?
Joe
Wilson.
Nice catch, nice throw. Yeah, that crosser wide open too.
That was nice timing right there.
Connor said the Chicago Bears are the offseason and preseason champions. I said that to somebody on Twitter the other day. I'm like, if the Super Bowl was played in July, like the Bears would have all of the rings.
Nice read. Joel Wilson. That's one of the other tight ends.
Dillard.
Joel Wilson just sounds like a tight end name.
Yeah. He doesn't look overly huge either. He just looks like
I think
a
Dillard's
big
playing
wide receiver.
3rd position already in the preseason game here. Or has he been a left tackle the whole time? I thought he was at right tackle.
No, they've been starting him at right a lot.
They got Brian's favorite player, Royce Newman, over at left guard.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
That's your boy, dude. That's your boy, dude.
Well, I've seen that he was getting some reps with the first team this last week. So
Paul Brettel just said that Joel Wilson has seen a number of targets with the second unit this past week, so it makes sense that Clifford and him are connecting.
Oh, they're going empty set. This
snap the ball, bro.
Messiah Swinson is the other
Oh
guy.
my gosh, DeBose.
Dude, he was a half looking away, dude.
If he could have slipped away from that, he was gone.
Yeah, that was
Gone.
close.
That was a good tackle, though. I'm not going to lie to you. That was a really nice tackle. In open field like that.
Yeah.
We give credit to our opponents. That's what we do.
Yeah, good job, Dick.
Who's who's at center right now? That's still Sean. Who's 75?
Is that Monk?
75.
That's not Monk.
Melton.
No, Monk is 62.
Sean Ryan 75.
Yep.
Who?
Oh, yeah,
Sean Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good throw by Clifford.
That was a good throw.
Melton needs to catch that.
Yep. It was a little behind, but definitely still a ball you would expect an NFL receiver to catch.
I mean, it still hit his chest. Yeah, he definitely wants that back.
And if he throws it ahead of him, he's probably getting beheaded by that safety.
I have a feeling we're going to throw the ball a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to see Lloyd get some work, though.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get another series.
Well.
Well, yeah, he's going to get a ton of work in the preseason anyways, but
Well, even this
today.
game, like the first quarter is just ending, and we've already seen Jacobs in and out and Dillon in and out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Lloyd possibly for like the rest of the first
Manuel
half,
Wilson,
and then
and
the backups in the second half.
yeah, you start seeing some of the more
Merriweather
interesting
from
guys.
here.
Yeah, Merriweather, Howard.
Merriweather made a couple nice plays during family night.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he just looks like a large wide receiver.
Yeah, he does.
All right, end of the first quarter.
Alrighty. While the first quarter and second quarter are getting ready to start, I will be right back.
I'm gonna look at it. Well, that's Travis Glover over there at 79. Okay.
Glover.
Okay. I was wondering, I was like, I don't recognize who that is. Well, now we're gonna get into the backups.
Yep.
Lots of guys. This is where the depth is kind of built, is preseason right here, these kind of situations. So I guess we'll see what's going on here. Be interesting for sure.
And I grabbed my list of everybody who's eligible for the 7K follower giveaway at halftime.
All right, I'll be right back.
Connor's always coming in with the good comments. I like it.
Oh, Simon's on the list.
Oh,
He's ineligible.
All right, I'll cross him off.
yep.
He liked the post, so
Oh, I should have liked the post then.
I think I like the post.
you're not on my list.
I try not to like our own stuff because that's a little corny.
Well, if
I
you're doing it from
you
your
share it.
personal page, do it. But if you're managing the Wisco account, then don't, because then that looks corny.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. For my personal page, I'm like, well, of course I like it.
Well, if you do it from your personal page, do it. Bump up our numbers, guy.
You know what? Also, I have to do something real quick. I had a really good conversation with Andrew and Jake Lesperance last night. First of all, great to see you guys. Appreciate you guys sharing our stuff. Appreciate you buying some merch. I mean, that's awesome, man. I had so many conversations last night about people just about the pod and people like, where's Shickard? And I'm like, usually we do come in a pair, but he had to take care of his wife, who was having a good time. I was having a good time too. It was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time, but I had to stick up for Wisco last night and tell it the best I could. But a lot of people, hey, my God, I knew Simon was going to say something out of pocket. That's just, I'm not allowed to say anything around these guys. So it is what it is.
Hey, good punt coverage.
Cheers, boys. First football beer of the season.
Nice.
What
I
do
don't
you got?
know.
What do you got?
It's honestly, it's disrespectful that they allowed Robert Rochelle to wear Shamar Jean Charles' old number.
That's true.
Are we still doing that?
Hall of Fame
Wow.
backlash, Margin Charles.
We're still getting mad about numbers.
I don't know. People get so mad.
So
Greg Joseph's wearing Mason Crosby's number. Cut him.
Yeah, it's just disrespectful. Packers legend.
People just want to get mad, and I've actually literally done research on things like this because it gives them a sense of control, which is a really messed up thing, but
That's weird.
it sure is.
There's actually 2 people wearing number 2.
Oh,
Jalen Wayne's also wearing number 2.
Nice.
He is.
Oh, Bullard.
He's
Nice
wearing number
little
2.
triple there.
During the preseason, multiple guys can wear the same number.
Yep, he's a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that I think about the numbers is okay, I'm glad that you have those memories of that number.
Ugh.
It doesn't change the memories of the person in the number. You can literally just go back and watch them.
That was a nice little trip up by Bullard.
Oh.
He's been kind of flying around. Oh, man. But
Wilson
Bullard's been
was
kinda
there.
flying around. You just got ooh.
Looks like-
Evan Williams just smacked a guy.
Yeah, he did.
Looks like
You
James
met him
Wilson.
right in the hole.
Man, Eric Wilson was in the backfield on that one.
Yeah. Golly, smacked him.
That was a good jump cut, but he was
Oh,
there.
wow. Yeah. That's a good bounce outside.
And then
that
that
was
was Brenton Cox
exceptional.
wrapping up the tackler. 57.
Get off the block. Somebody's got it. Oh my goodness! Come on. That was an awkward slide. Okay.
That was a very awkward slide.
He looked like a person that slipped on a wet floor right there.
We're on some ice. in
I'm
the middle of
surprised
winter.
DTR is playing so late. I thought he played well last year. Are you saying he was his 4th stringer?
They signed
Winston.
Jameis Winston.
Pizza? I made pizza. Want some pizza?
Oh, I'll take some pizza. Hell yeah, I'll take some pizza.
Me too.
Brian,
Casey, I'll take a
they
slice.
ship it to North Dakota, where nothing is in North Dakota. Not even pizza, apparently. Man, Rochelle's on one right now.
I mean, the guy dropped. Yeah, he's on an attitude right now. I was saying,
Yeah, man.
drop.
Playing for a roster spot.
Yep.
I can't
But,
wait for us
And if
all.
you're gonna fit in that DB room, you have to talk a little bit, right?
Yeah. Hey, Simon, when did you say you were trying to get out of there?
Next April.
We'll try to make it before the draft so we can all meet up in Wisconsin.
Yeah. I put 10 April as my leave date, so I'll try to work it with HRC.
Yeah.
So I can leave in May or something, and then I'll just take leave and come down there.
Thank you.
You're weird.
What am I weird about?
I'll take
McDuffie is
I'll
still getting
take
some
leave
snaps, too.
Thank you. Love you.
and
Yeah, that'd be
coincide
awesome.
with the draft.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I thought Aikens was a
Rochelle's
really
slowly
underrated
get up
tight end
now.
when he was on the Texans.
Rochelle got up holding his shoulder.
It's a good dump.
Oh, it's not good for him. Maybe he just needs a breather. He's freaking huffing and puffing right now.
Jake, what kind of pizza you got?
Sausage and mushroom.
Oh, I'm out.
What
And
brand?
the
You're out?
mushrooms and sausage.
Mushrooms are nasty, bro. It just tastes like
I
Yeah.
love
like
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
Mushrooms on pizza go hard.
Sausage and mushrooms pretty good.
I like
No, you're
I
wrong.
like doing pepperoni, mushrooms, and onions on my pizza.
Dude, same. That's so
hard
good.
pass.
It's so good, dude. You know what you're
I had a
missing,
pizza in the movie theater last night.
huh?
They made pizza.
You made pizza.
No.
Get home.
Ooh.
Oh. Is that Brenton Cox?
No,
Hopefully
Cox is
Rochelle's okay.
57.
That
See you later,
is
thing.
Aaron Mosby. Aaron Mosby's number 53.
It's the other thing about preseason. You're just praying for no injuries.
That was a really good job by Colby Wooden to go and take the right tackle out of that play. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to get
Wow,
some names.
well played.
Colby Wooden rushed upfield, not towards the
Smacked him on the
quarterback,
side.
and it took him right into the right tackle. So he took out 2 blockers. That's what allowed Mosby to come around the edge there.
That's a little stuck.
That will not go in the stat sheet, but that's a good defensive line play by Colby Wooden right there.
Yeah.
For your teammate up to make a play.
Ooh, hopefully he's okay.
I'm reading like Twitter. They're reacting to the Montavious West touchdown. Me, don't overreact. It's preseason. Also me. I've seen enough. See you all February 9th.
Yeah. Big facts. I think Whippler was the guy out of Ohio State, the center. Does that sound right? I remember looking into him.
I'm just gonna pull up the roster and see.
So who's your guys' like dark horse to make the roster? Like a back end guy that you think could make
Telford.
it? Huh?
I think it'll be Telford out of all the tackles.
That's a good one.
And then I think I think it's going to be DeBose over
Over Heath?
Heath and Toure.
You think they keep 7 by chance?
No.
Because I think you're keeping 5 safeties. I think you're keeping 3 quarterbacks at this point. I think you're keeping 4 running backs, probably. Well, 3 running backs. They might drop down 3 running backs, but
I don't think 3 quarterbacks is a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, they might not, depending on how they play here. If they can get one on the practice squad and just use them as an emergency one, I could see them doing that too.
That's what I could see them doing with Pratt.
Yeah.
That's what my thought was.
I don't know. Pratt's been playing pretty well. We got to see if he's going to beat out Clifford yet.
That's very true.
But you got to think, like, if they take him, they're going to automatically put him on their roster. So, like, I mean, he would have to play pretty nice. I was wondering, like, do you think they just like demote Clifford to the practice squad?
No. I think
there's a possibility.
I think he'll make the roster. I think Clifford's year of experience understanding the playbook and how to run the offense will be the
plus his perfect passer rating, which you brought up earlier.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Dude, that's terrible.
What's terrible?
Freaking injury in the freaking first preseason game. Yep, he is from Ohio State, so good call.
I remember looking into him a year or two ago. I can't remember what the draft class he was.
Did it show a replay of it, I take it?
They just showed him getting...
Oh, he's carted off.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, that sucks. Dude.
Hopefully he's okay.
So, I guess not. I don't know if it's super dark horsey, but like the end of the roster guy for me is like Brenton Cox.
Yeah, it's like a guy that I could see making it, but also not.
Right.
I think the numbers are gonna start getting weird. Like it's gonna be hard to like really.
Dude, the depth chart was freaking hard for me to get together for us to have that episode in a few days here, man. I was like, dude,
I haven't done it. Someone dropped their mouth guard or something. I haven't done mine officially yet, but I have like a good idea.
Oh, nice.
But there are some guys like it's gonna be hard to like see.
LBN's been in there a lot too.
Yeah, he looks good, dude.
He had a sack and 3 tackles for loss in the first quarter.
Yeah, he looks so good, dude.
Wait, say that again.
I'm excited for his year too.
LBN had a sack.
That was Brenton Cox right there again.
3 tackles for loss.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
Well, the sack counts as 1. So
yeah. Oh, that was almost good.
Yeah, Cox got
he took that inside step real quick. Otherwise, he had it good.
Mm-hmm.
I like Evan Williams fighting out that block there to make the hit on him, but
it's a good read by Huntley, though.
Yeah.
There you go. There's another good tackle by Evan Williams.
Go for him and Bullard are both. They bring him down now. Bullard, I'll say, was jumping on feet a little bit, but.
Nice to see Aaron Jones playing safety for us. We've had 2 pretty good players in a row. We're 33, and Evan Williams is going to make it 3.
Yeah. He was one of the guys like that we
Aaron Jones.
I questioned the draft pick, but
nice hit, Wilson.
Micah Hyde was 33.
There you go. Nice play. Yeah. Okay, I was going to say, was it Micah? I couldn't remember if they overlapped at all.
Nope.
No,
he was literally a year after
next
Micah
year.
Hyde.
It's got to have been the next year.
Yeah.
They have McDuffie on a pass rush there too, mixing it up.
Eric
Wilson,
Wilson,
good pass coverage.
I like the good coverage too.
I like the linebacker room. I'm really happy that Eric Wilson's getting because I thought he might be the odd man out but I really like him on special teams. He's not going nowhere. He's making this team.
Oh no!
Hey, William.
Oh man!
Oh,
He took
man,
a shot
look at
there,
that.
too.
What a tackle! Just holding on, dude.
On that, I didn't see who, but on that play before the one you guys just reacted to, Huntley took a shot by somebody. They smacked him.
Oh, his knee's down. He's down.
He's down.
Down.
Good
He's way
tackle,
down and out of
Williams.
bounds.
Good
That
tackle,
was-
Evan Williams.
That was a crazy play by Evan Williams, dude.
Yeah.
It was a good open field tackle. Definitely down. You can see it from
With
there.
With the helmet off. With the helmet off.
That was a really good play.
You gotta love it, dude. That's 3 good tackles already on this.
Ref just said, actually.
That's something that we've talked a lot about the last couple of years is tackling, and
Yeah.
I think so far those guys have looked
Good call.
really good.
Good call.
So, Tyler, I can make another Brewers correlation here. The Brewers were bad at contact and weren't very fast. You brought it up on the show that all their draft picks since then have been guys that work the count, have good contact, and are fast. The Packers, maybe they're looking at players that are high tackle in space. So maybe that's something that they're taking into consideration.
Hitting those tires extra hard this offseason.
You know what I love about social media is you get to see all the cool ass drills that some of these teams do. Like you see the Ravens fumbling drill.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's so sick.
I didn't see that.
I'll have to send it to you then. It's pretty cool.
They roll the ball onto the ground, and they have 2 guys with fire hoses that spray the players in the ball.
Oh, okay. I did see that.
Yeah. No, that's freaking sick. I mean, when you watch it on video, you're like, oh my God, that looks intense.
Good rush.
Get him. Oh,
Robert Rochelle again.
oh, Rochelle is out there now. Okay. I mean, that's better than interception because he's down right there. That's a great play there.
Yep. Man, Robert Rochelle is all over the place.
Dude, Evan Williams is tough as nail. Like, gets his whole head just crushing the ground right there. Gets up.
Oh my God, dude. Anthony Johnson Jr. coming across flying too.
And we saw last year, especially during the Rams game, that dude can truck.
Yeah, he hits.
Yeah, he's
That's
a
a great
violent
play
dude.
by Rochelle too.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
He's someone I think if he doesn't make the roster, he'll stick on the practice squad if he doesn't get picked up too. Robert Rochelle.
Yeah. Well, was he on the Giants practice squad last year? Is that where we got him from? Was the Giants?
I can't remember. I know but he's played decent. He's having a good game right now for sure.
For people who care, the USA men's basketball team just won the gold medal.
Oh, nice. Did they let Jason Tatum play at all? Or
I don't really care since he's not as good as people think because he plays zero defense.
Yeah.
He gets bailed out by the rest of his team being gods. I know that Steph Curry played. He had 8 threes.
oh, no. Who'd they play? France?
Yeah. Steph Curry is a bad mother effer, dude. Don't worry. France is going to win a gold here in a couple Olympics when
Mayana is.
And what the heck's the name of the number 1 pick this year? What's his name, Tyler? From France. God damn it.
Is Sarr the one from France?
Gotta Google it now. Son of a bee. Number 1 pick NBA draft.
All right. Manuel Wilson in at running back this drive. Marshawn Lloyd has been dealing with a little bit of injury, so I get it.
How did I miss it?
No, he's not for France. But
Nice throw, Clifford.
Nice play. Heath.
Like to see his feet get set just a little bit quicker, but that was a really nice throw. That's good rhythm, though.
There you go.
Emmanuel Wilson with the carry.
4 yards.
Yeah.
Damn.
Good God.
Jacob Monk just pancaked someone too. On the play before the Emmanuel Wilson carry. Take those 4 yards.
Oh, go. Oh, my gosh. I thought he was about to hit that hole and just fly.
Dude, Kadeem Telfort, number 76, is not small.
Yeah, he's a
Look
big
at him, dude.
What is he?
Holy
I think he's
hell.
6'7".
Yeah.
Yeah, the crazy part
Dude.
is Caleb Jones is bigger than him.
He is Godzilla. Legit.
Yeah.
Good God.
Ah. Okay.
Oh, come on. Catch the ball, Bo. A little behind there again.
He said, damn it.
I think Monks look pretty good so far.
Not bad. Oh, they're going for it. Let's go, baby.
From around like 34.
You guys are, man. Yeah, a little behind Melton.
Oh, 44.
No, it doesn't.
Man, Clifford's screwing up this perfect passer rating.
Oh,
There.
is that a catch? Is that a catch?
I thought that was really close to Telfort maybe getting called for a false start there, but must have just had a good jump.
Did you bobble that there?
I thought so too, but it looks like they think it's a catch. Good job, Grant.
No, that's a catch. He's got it.
Yeah, that's a catch.
That's a catch. So we talked about the 5 through 7 wide
Nice.
receivers a lot. We're looking at Bo Melton, Samari Toure, Malik Heath, and I mean you could throw Grant Dubose in there. If you have to pick 2 out of those 4, who do you keep?
I think Bo and DeBose.
Yeah,
Bo's having a rough game right now. He's probably a couple catches he want to make, but he showed at what he can do last year and in the playoffs. I mean, are getting right around that. I think it was the playoffs. He had a decent game too. So it's just like,
You know, a touchdown on the 49ers.
Yeah, he did have a touchdown in the 49ers game.
I would say that right now for me it'd be Bo Melton and DeBose.
I think I agree with you
Taking-
on Bo and Dubose as well.
I'm taking Heath. I'm going to take Heath and Bo.
Also
Heath
very fair.
has made some tough catches, dude.
Yeah.
I think
I like how
I think
fired
Heath
up
might be
Heath
the better
gets.
blocker too.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I like how Heath gets fired up every time he gets like a first down.
Dude, and then family night, he caught that pass over Jair, and he was just jawing, dude. I was like, that's right. Tell him.
Telford Monk.
So I had this in my notes with Jair. I think people are overreacting a lot to the Packers making some plays on Jair Alexander. And what I asked was just 2 things. One, just give a perspective shift. Like, we know that Jair Alexander is good. We know that he's elite at his position. So what does that say if our wide receivers are able to make plays on him? and it's not happening often. It's happening once in a while that plays are being made on him. But obviously, when somebody makes a play on Jair Alexander, it's a bigger deal because it's Jair Alexander.
I think the other thing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That was part one. Part one
Yeah.
is if our wide receivers can make plays on Jair Alexander, what can they do to players who aren't as good as Jair Alexander? And then part two was we are not talking enough about what Jordan Love's ball
There you
placement
go.
is doing
Oh,
for
again.
this place.
Oh, where's this flag at though?
Those are my two things. Jordan Love is just throwing dots like the touchdown that he had to Watson on family night.
Yeah, that was a perfect.
That
goal.
was insane. Perfect ball placement. So I'm going to throw a couple things out there. I just wanted to say, keep calm. Jair is elite,
pass.
and Halfley is going to have him playing aggressive, which is only a good thing.
Yeah. DeBose looks good. I think the other part of that too
Is
is
there not a play on the play, or is someone lose their shoulder pad again?
Could be a mouth guard.
The other part of that too is a lot of the stuff Jair's getting beat on is a lot of one-on-ones where the defender's at a severe disadvantage every single time. It's not like he's playing against a whole defense and has to sit down in a zone or read, the safety or whatever the case is. So I don't put too much stock into that. It's good that our wide receivers are, making plays on one of the best cornerbacks in the room, but they also have a large advantage as well. Good run.
Dude, Wilson looks good.
This
is second preseason in a row that he's starting to kind of. He might find his way on this roster.
I think
he continues to play like this.
Going back to Dylan really quick.
He's had a big run every practice too, apparently.
Guys, hold on to her. Oh boy.
Monk looks good, man. That was a good push to open up the lane.
The whole line did very nice. They did good on the
push on that rollout by.
I thought that was a bad spot by the ref again. But.
Good rollout. He could have. Ooh.
I'm coming. Yep, I'm here. She's saying she's peeing. She didn't pee.
See if Wilson gets a short yardage try here.
Nope. Immediately split out.
Yeah.
Let's
He's
go.
Oh, there he's back. There he is.
See?
Nicely
Once
done.
I saw that, I was seeing the front screen, and I just saw Wilson go from in the screen to out of the screen. I'm like, oh, there it goes. He was just moving next to Clifford, though. So
Nice one. Nicely done, Simon. Nicely done.
You're welcome.
Dude, that was a strong one. I'm not even being sarcastic. That was a strong one.
It's beer time, dude. There you go. Good first down.
Joel Wilson, tight end U.
Tight end.
Oh.
Emmanuel Wilson.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, Sean
That was
Ryan.
a great
did an
pull by
awesome
Sean
job.
Ryan.
That was nicely done. Well, I really wanted this to be Marshawn Lloyd with these carries, to be honest with you. But
You're right, though. He's probably a little bit banged up, so they've had him sit out.
Yeah.
That was
Did
a
he
really
get
good
snapped?
play.
Good run, dude.
That was really good.
Did they get?
blocking
That was a
by
good
Ryan.
blocking. We're gonna play. Did he get any snaps at all, or
He played one.
Yeah, but he didn't touch the
he
ball.
played a series? Okay, he just didn't get a touch. So that's a good pull, dude. Monk looks good, man.
Couldn't get around him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Worth noting, Clifford only hit one of the nets in the Aaron Rodgers drill at family night.
Oh, what a failure! Cut him.
Honestly, that would have been a fine throw if Bo Melton would have got around there. I mean,
We might as well call that the Aaron Rodgers drill.
I'm here for it, dude.
That was a good try by Heath.
I think that was more of a fourth row than anything, but there you go.
Wilson.
There you go.
Wilson. He looks good.
Christopher,
Oh,
welcome.
my.
Speaking of Wilsons,
Hey,
Christopher, your
touchdown?
brother Emmanuel just scored a touchdown.
that drive, that touchdown, all the offensive line. Offensive line dominated that entire drive.
100%.
Couple really good throws by Clifford to Bose.
Right up the middle, dude. Oh my God, he wasn't even touched till the half-yard line.
Yeah, dude, that's
What a
like
great blocking.
that's demoralizing if you're a defensive player.
Okay, so
Yeah, that was all Royce Newman right there.
now.
That helmet looks sick, dude.
Yeah, I like
Christopher
that.
said he just came in to say that LVN is going to be a demon.
Oh, yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Greg Joseph right down the middle. Honestly, I mean it's penny pinching, but his extra point looked a lot more clean than Carlson's. I thought he was about to miss his, to be honest.
If it comes down to it, as of right now, if I was a GM, I'd probably take Joseph as the kicker.
Honestly, you might be able to sneak Carlson onto the practice squad,
I think
Yeah,
he's been.
I think so
better.
too.
and it wouldn't even be sneaking him; they'd just be putting him on there because I don't.
What do you think Emmanuel Wilson is saying to AJ Dillon? He's like, "This is how you run short yardage situations."
He walked up to me
I'd
and
be
said,
like,
"Look at
bro,
me."
like
Look at me, I'm the mayor of Door County
I
now.
don't know why you're
I'm
struggling.
the Door County.
I love AJ Dillon. It's just I don't feel like he can get it done. But his pass blocking is a big thing too. He'll be on this team. He'll be on this team.
No,
I will
I
say,
do think as the year goes on, his snap count is going to get lower.
Yeah.
he
And
wasn't
Marshawn
getting
Lloyd
holes
is going to get higher.
He wasn't getting holes like Emmanuel Wilson was just getting either. So the offensive line was blocking really good for Wilson right there. Maybe they like him more. We don't know. Is there something we don't know? Maybe Dylan's just a nice guy on camera.
Super mean guy off camera.
Yeah. Very demanding, you know.
Off camera, he's only nice to people if you're from Door County.
Man.
Is this weird that I'm actually getting to a point where I'm excited to see the defense on the field again?
Nope. I am very much excited for the defense.
That's a new thing. I did not have that last year.
Well, it's because it was rinse and repeat, to be honest with you.
Just update on the Vikings. So JJ McCarthy did end up 6 for 10 for 77 yards. So it threw a little bit and then had a couple rushes for 18 yards. So we'll see what happens. Sam Darnold didn't look much more impressive.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what he looks like week 4 when he takes an L. Jordan Love is probably secretly hilarious.
I feel like he is.
Dude, everybody that goes by him when he says stuff, they just laugh. Like, he's got to be secretly hilarious.
Tim, the only fantasy football you're talking about today or in general?
We asked.
Ooh.
If
I
anybody,
think you meant the Wisco Fanatics League.
Nice tackle, Welsh.
Christian Welch, he could be a number 53 roster guy.
So is this Carlson again kicking off?
Didn't see the number.
That was Joseph.
That is Joseph?
I see a number 2 running out the field with a helmet on.
Oh, yeah. He got it to the 5. Oh, it was 54.
That's Welsh.
That's Welch.
Yeah.
And now he's in that linebacker. And Colby Wooden just made a really nice play, by the way.
How'd you guys get so far ahead of me again? It's like it goes a commercial and you guys jump way ahead of me. I just watched the kickoff. And you're already on second down.
We're going to be starting 2nd and 10 here in a sec here.
Second and
Yeah,
10, yep.
I refreshed. I'm with you now. So would Colby Wooden get the pressure there?
He just
Basically, our entire defensive line was in their backfield.
he just ripped through and made a tackle. It was a nice play.
It was a 96. Made a good play.
Evan Williams.
I'm sorry, Colby Wooden. Excuse me.
Evan Williams will get an interception on this drive. There's my call.
Tim, Jake, and I got to figure that out yet.
We'll get our heads together and we'll get a date. Darden. Guy's name is Darden.
Wonder if LVN's going to play in the second half at all. If he's just going to play the first half.
Probably just first half, I would assume.
Christopher said to put me in your league. I need revenge.
No, I'll spin the wheel again, and we'll see who ends up in what league. Well, if we get 20 people again.
We're doing a 16-team, one league this year, 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 wide receivers.
4 running backs, he says.
We're getting hardcore this year.
4 running backs. This guy.
You're going to need to know 1 through 53 on every single NFL roster if you want to compete in this league.
Your running back 4 are going to get like 0.3 points a week.
You're going to be like, dude, I have
And
the
then
best.
winning won you the week. Yep, Christopher, and we're doing individual defensive players as well.
Oh my god! And it's more than IDP. You do actual position, so you have a D line, a linebacker, and a corner DB.
Dude, I did that before in a league.
And punters, and we're doing punters.
Dude, you ever see that all punter league?
No.
How do you even score a punter?
They do it by like average.
Yardage.
Inside the 20, inside 10, inside 5.
Tim said coaches too.
They do have coaches.
The points they held for.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not drafting Matt Eberflus.
Plus 10 for a correct challenge.
The third down conversions, if you get one, you get like 5 points.
Do I join a
Successful onside kick is an automatic win for the week.
what was that? I joined a league where it was like 60 rounds of the draft.
Oh. Yeah, even Ryan Wood tweeted it out. The short yardage stops for AJ Dillon are not what you want to see in the preseason.
I just thought he danced a little too much. You should have just hit it harder.
Yeah.
Christopher, thank you for sending stars on Facebook. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Christopher is subscribed on Patreon, so he's got that going for him. So he'll be able to see the next 2 watch parties that we do.
What a stud. What a stud.
What a guy. What a guy.
Now, here's a guy.
Now, here's a guy.
Oh, God.
It's football season. I had to say it.
Yeah.
Guys, if we get like super hardcore with our watch parties and stuff, if we could try to do an episode where we all talk like Chris Collinsworth the entire time, that would be wild.
No, we all have to pick a different TV personality.
Well, if I do Tony Romo, I just get smashed beforehand.
You guys, I'll do Troy Aikman, and I'll just talk about the 90s the whole time.
Simon can do Greg Olson and just eat the turkey so Jordan Love doesn't get any.
Deal.
I'm still mad about that, dude. I was like, I cannot wait to watch Jordan Love eat this turkey. And then they're like,
That'd be awesome.
we don't have turkey for you, but we'll donate. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, that's awesome. Connor, you aren't with us on Facebook. You'd probably have to send me a message. Send me a DM on Twitter if you can. Otherwise,
What a freaking guy.
otherwise on Instagram, I'll see it there too.
Send it to his OnlyFans. That's the only place he answers.
Yeah, that's growing slower than the Patreon. So any help over there is appreciated. LVN was there again.
Yeah.
And you're
And
done.
Wooden finished it off.
You're done.
You're done.
You're done. You're done up there.
LVN was there, but Wooden finished it up. God, LVN is just going through people.
Dude, we have our backups in right now, and I feel like we would own some starting the O-lines, dude.
And Brooks,
That's a good push by
man, that was a
all of them.
great stunt. Holy hell.
Yeah, Lucas
Yeah.
Van Ness, his nickname is well earned. Well earned.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What a guy.
Chris, for the next, are you talking about for September, or are you talking about the ones that we're doing for August?
He almost took his head off, literally.
Yeah, literally. For September, Jake and I are going to get together and figure out which ones, like which days we can't do, and then we'll get the rest of them on there. So it'll be Brewer games, Packer games, and Badger games for September, but we just have to get the exact dates and make sure that there aren't any things where we have plans or anything so that we don't get in trouble with our wives. As for August, the other two are the Packers Broncos preseason game and then the Badgers season opener.
That's
so
going
those
to be
are
a
the
lot
other
of
two
fun, dude.
for Patreon for August.
Hopefully
Those will be the
we
paid
can
ones.
get,
This one's
football
just a
range
free
here.
one for everybody so they can see what we're going to do for those two games.
I
Good
think
job,
Lloyd-
O-line.
Marshawn Lloyd is back out there, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah, Christopher, you'll be there on Patreon. Yep. Connor is also on Patreon.
I think Sean Clifford and Malik Heath are ops to each other because that was a terrible throw.
I'm really surprised you just used the word ops on purpose.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Listen, man, when you hang out with a 12-year-old every day, it just is what it is. And Caleb Jones,
Hang out with
Jesus Christ, dude. Uh-oh.
There you go. Got Melton. Yeah, Christopher LVN's definitely setting himself up to have a monster sophomore year.
Yeah.
Dude's going to have 10 sacks as a backup.
Yeah, right.
Count me in.
I just want to get
Oh, but he was a backup at Iowa, guys. Oh, Marshawn Lloyd. Uh-oh.
Marshall, yeah, just go down.
Imagine being that dumb that you said that. Like unironically.
at least he's all right. Phew. I thought he was about to hyperextend his knee there.
Okay, either Marshawn Lloyd's pads are huge or he literally has no neck.
Yeah, I think he has a neck
Multiple
thing.
things can be true.
Bro, his helmet is sitting on the pads.
It
What?
does look like he has a tall back plate. Like it's
No.
not full 1950s linebacker, but
Yeah, he's got a pad back there.
got to get one downfield.
You got to throw it, yeah.
Oh, catch.
That
Damn.
was by Grant DuBose. That was fantastic.
Wow.
That was a great route, great throw, great catch.
Wow, the toe drag swag.
What a catch, dude.
That was
Damn.
Goal.
that guy's gonna be our 6th wide receiver, dude.
Wow, dude. He caught that?
That's our
Yep.
number 6.
Wow.
But you know what? We only have the number 15 receiving core because we only rank.
You better be careful here, though.
Good route, for
Something
sure.
going to the outside again.
Oh my god, I can't believe you caught that.
That was the right call. Now we're gonna get just kick the damn field goal, dude.
Honestly, that might be the play of the day. Holy.
I don't know. Jordan Love opening a can of worms right away.
I think they're going to do that same thing one more time and then pick it.
Oh, just to run some time.
So they don't have to do a kickoff.
Yep,
Yep.
that makes sense. Yep.
All right, who's getting this attempt?
We'll see here.
Keyshawn Nixon.
Throw it to the left. Atta boy.
So I'm guessing it's going to be Joseph.
Chad Ochocinco comes out of the sands.
Michael said Carlson.
Yeah.
What's the ref saying? Like what?
Yep, it's Carlson.
Carlson. Good call, Michael. Unless you knew, then it's cheating.
Now, Carlson has enough neck to give some to Lloyd.
It's a 46-yard competition here.
Michael's definitely cheating.
46-yard attempt.
He played the win nicely on that.
He missed it. Or did he come back in? Oh, it's put back in.
He did not miss that. It went in.
I thought that was going wide, right? Nice kick. That was almost dead down the center.
Yeah, he played the win nicely on that one. Nicely done.
All right. Carlson. Now, hopefully what Brian says comes true where Joseph also gets a field goal attempt. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'd like to see around the same distance, maybe a little longer or something.
Yep.
That's a tough stadium to kick in too. You get all the wins from the Erie.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Packers are up 17-3. So what size ring do you guys wear?
What size? What?
What size ring do you wear?
Oh,
Got to get ready for the Super Bowl rings.
yeah.
All right, so it is halftime, and the Packers are up 17-3. First question that I want to ask you guys: in the first half, whose stock do you think rose the most? Brian, go first.
Well, LDN looked really good, but sorry, Simon. But I'd say that. And then I would say Evan Williams.
Good
And it looked pretty good. I mean, he was making a lot of solid tackles. He was in a lot of plays, so I thought he looked pretty good too.
Jake, who do you think rose their stock most in the first half?
Well, we talked about it that 5 through 7 wide receiver is going to be very exciting to watch, and Grant Dubose was cooking. Made some really nice plays, lots of first downs. That catch right at the end there to set up the field goal, that was tremendous work. Good route, good job dragging the toes. I mean, if it's not Grant Dubose, then I agree with what Brian said about Evan Williams. Evan Williams looked really good.
Simon, what do you think? Whose stock rose most in the first half?
Yeah, Jacob Monk. I think he looks good. Also, his ability to pull out and go to the outside and lead block. I thought he looked really good. He absolutely pancaked a dude, too.
This is why this guy is the offensive line guru.
Yeah.
Christopher said Wicks. Michael said Dubose, maybe.
No.
Looking at it, Brian just mentioned another guy in our back chat. Sean Ryan is another guy to bring up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Him pulling on that block that got Emmanuel Wilson inside the 5-yard line. That was a great job by Sean Ryan. He's played 2 positions already. He started at right guard, and then he started playing some center. So we got to see Sean Ryan in 2 different positions. If we're going strictly on whose stock is raising the most in the first half, another guy that I'll throw out there is Robert Rochelle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right when that second half or the second quarter started, he made the play on the punt return, on the punt coverage, and then he made 2 plays defensively on that. So if we're looking for guys who are end of the roster, depth filling out, Robert Rochelle played pretty well in that first half. So we can go through like all of training camp and the first half of this game so far. Christopher said Carlson making a field goal.
Yeah.
And made his extra point.
Big for him.
So all of training camp and the first half of this game so far, Jake, give me one player who has surprised you so far.
Surprise me. Maybe I should say Sean Ryan. I mean, that's a good answer. Him going in at backup center because Simon posed the question in our pregame show, like who plays backup center. I think that's a good point to bring up. I would really like for Caleb Jones to surprise me. We just see this giant mammoth of a human being. I would like him to surprise me.
Simon, who's a player that has surprised you so far in the entire offseason?
I'm gonna say Williams. I think I wasn't really high on him coming out of the draft, but everything I hear about him is like he's everywhere and he's gonna compete for a lot of snaps this year. Brian, I love you.
Well, Brian, go ahead and answer the question.
Yeah, I was gonna say Evan Williams too, because if you remember, I wasn't able to join us during that review or but if Tyler read my notes and I talked about that. I thought we reached on Evan Williams. Well, this shows why I'm not an NFL scout. I think he's been fantastic so far. Everything you hear about camp, he's making interceptions, he's making strong tackling. You're seeing that tonight or today. So I think I'm pretty surprised by Evan Williams because I thought for sure Bullard was a shoo-in to start next to McKinney, and that's how it might end up. But I think Evan Williams is kind of causing some pause and looking at they're going to make Hafley and LaFleur possibly think outside of the box a little bit to get their best 11 players on the field.
And there was some very brief moments where Williams and Bullard and Anthony Johnson Jr., I believe, were all on the field at the same time.
I was just going to say that. I think there could be some 3 safety sets that we see this year.
But especially with as much as we've seen, and Christopher just said it in the comments, that Javon Bullard can play in the slot. Mm-hmm. And that's absolutely true because he's done it a lot. Saw it on family night. I haven't seen him playing in the slot at all today so far, but I could have just missed it. But he could have been playing the slot when they had Williams and Johnson on the field as well. So Bullard in the slot is definitely an option. looking at some other guys that have, I guess, surprised me so far, I have heard literally nothing but good things about Colby Wooden.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be obviously sliding in behind Kenny Clark and Devontae Wyatt, but looking at the defensive line, I can see why Jake was so enthusiastic to pick it for this first preseason game, because there is going to be so many moving pieces and all of them are performing well. So that's definitely a very exciting position for the Packers watching this year. So let's go into the next question here. Brian, I'll go to you first this time. What rookie do you think has the opportunity to make the biggest impact?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I think it's going to be Edrin Cooper. I think he's. I think our tackling. Well, I wish we could have seen him. I know he's a little bit banged up right now, but I know he's fighting with McDuffie and Eric Wilson. But I think he just brings probably more speed to the table. So I think it might not be impact early, but by the end of the year, I think Cooper will be on the field pretty much every play. It's easy to go with the safeties there as well, but I think Cooper, with the way we want to play defense close to the line of scrimmage, especially when you start to play teams that have running quarterbacks, even like week 1 we're playing a running, someone that can run. Caleb Williams is going to want to run. We play
Kyler.
Huh?
I say we play Kyler Murray this year too.
Exactly. Yep. So we play some other quarterbacks that run too. So I think Edrin Cooper could end up being, by this back half of the season, probably our number 1 rookie.
For sure. Simon, who do you think is the rookie that has the opportunity to make the biggest impact?
I think it's Bullard. I think he's going to get every opportunity to play a good 70, 80, 90% of snaps on the defense this year.
I like it. Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, so Bullard's my favorite pick from this past year, so I'm also going to go with Bullard. He's just a heat-seeking missile, man. You've seen it a little bit kind of, in this game where he just comes down. He's just looking to just ruin your day. He's looking to either pick it off or he's going to make you feel him, which is a saying in sports, make them feel you. Bullard, he's there. Having McKinney over the top, being one of the elite coverage guys in the NFL at the safety position, just allows Bullard to just be himself. And I think that pairing is just a match made in heaven.
Yeah, so Bullard is definitely the guy who's probably going to be the most likely starter as far as this goes. But looking at you already mentioned Edrin Cooper. It does seem like Eric Wilson is going to be the starter at linebacker there. So I'm going to go with Christopher's answer. He said Jordan Morgan.
Yeah.
And Jordan Morgan, it looks like, is going to be starting at right guard. He's not playing this week, unfortunately. I think he will be back for the Packers-Broncos preseason game next weekend. So, Christopher, you'll be able to see us talk about him when he gets game action if he's playing in that game. But Jordan Morgan, if he starts at right guard, unfortunately, it makes the third-round curse last a little bit longer on Sean Rhyan. But if Sean Rhyan is also playing backing up multiple positions, I think that's still a good position to be in. It's just like you obviously want to get more out of your picks. But you look at what other teams are doing with their picks. Like the Vikings just traded their second-round pick from 2022 to the Cowboys in exchange for a different corner. Like there's other teams that are doing things worse with higher picks.
I still think there's a chance with, even if he's our 6th lineman this year, that if he continues to train at center, he could be a starting center next year. Mm-hmm. If Monk doesn't grab that. But Monk did have a strong showing in this first preseason game. So
that's definitely an interesting thing. So we can kind of use that to transition. Yes, Christopher, great minds think alike. Attaboy. Going for, we can talk about the second half of this game and into the next couple of preseason games. Jake, who do you think is a player that has the most to prove?
The most to prove? Ooh, that's heavy. That's heavy, bro. I just keep going back to the wide receiver room because we're so stacked at wide receiver, man. So even though we're all like kind of on board with Bo Melton kind of making this roster, I keep thinking that the Packers could just choose size and go with Dubois and Heath if they really wanted to. But Most approved. That's really tough. Offensive line is kind of thin, so that obviously everybody who's a backup there has a lot to prove. I am gonna go with Malik Keith. I think because Dubois is just freaking killing right now. I don't want to say AJ Dillon because I don't want to freaking drag him anymore. I feel bad for the guy that all Packers fans are dragging him. And I do like AJ Dillon, but I'm gonna go with a wide receiver because that's gonna be hard to make that room.
Michael in the comments threw out Andre Dillard, so that's a fair one to bring up. Just that third tackle position in general, basically the Josh Nijman role that we've seen over the last couple of years, who occupies that. Dillard is, as we saw in the game in the first half, started at right tackle, played left tackle.
Quay Walker?
So he got the first chance at it. Christopher said Quay Walker. I don't think so. I think Quay Walker, if he didn't have a couple of games missed with injury last year, was on pace to be like the leading tackler in the NFL.
Man,
I'm on board with that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this to make the team or just to
most approved? Most approved.
I think it's Quay Walker. I think that's a very good answer. I'm not like Quay Walker hasn't been great, and you can go about like Joe Barry's defense, and I think we all agree that it wasn't what's the word? It wasn't conducive to players succeeding. And Quay Walker, I think, was at a detriment, but like he hasn't lived up to his first round value that the Packers chose him. And so I think that's a very good answer.
Christopher said, I said Quay Walker because he got the dot this year. He is uber athletic, but he is now the man in charge. Got to prove that he can lead. I'll say if you're looking at it as the green dot thing, I'll say a way that he is the most approved could maybe be in like a football IQ sense. Like we know he's got all the athletic traits and the talent. So if you say it in the mental game, that I could see. Brian, what do you think about a player who's got a lot to prove yet?
I got two. I think Myers, it's a huge year for Myers. If he wants to stick with the Packers, he's going to have to play a lot better. If not, I think he's looking for a contract elsewhere next year. And then even though he's kind of proved some stuff, I think this is a big year for Devontae Wyatt. I absolutely feel like he should be one of the starters on that line, and hopefully he can prove that he belongs there. He had a great first half. I think his pass rushing isn't like underrated. So I think he has a lot to prove this year too, because if he can play up to his potential next to Kenny Clark, we're talking about a defense that is going to find their way in the top 10.
Let me throw out a couple guys who kind of dealing with similar injuries as we get into the second half about to start here. Christian Watson and Eric Stokes. If those two can prove that they can stay healthy, those two both have massively high ceilings.
That's a very good answer. That is a very good answer.
Greg Joseph is getting the kick, so
all right, here we go.
I'm thinking Hale maybe ain't playing this game.
They're looking for that kind of corner kick.
It's kind of interesting. They're lining up like they're kicking field goals.
Nice. Anthony Johnson Jr. can be a stud on that. He's a good tackler.
Yep. And I'll say if he's able to do that, if Anthony Johnson Jr. is able to play well as a safety on the kickoff returns and stuff, I think that can help save the Packers a roster spot at safety by not having to keep either Zane Anderson or Benny Sapp.
Yeah.
I think they're at 5 safeties for sure, and hopefully, like you said, they're playing some. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing some Oladipo this.
You got to call him Oladapo, not Oladipo.
Oladapo.
Yeah, Oladipo's a basketball.
Fumble!
Woo!
Michael said it in the comments, but Michael's
Oladipo
talking to us from the future. But
is it Oladapo? I'm not saying that right.
Was that Anthony Johnson Jr. that forced that?
I don't know, but Christian Welch
30. I missed the
Evan Williams.
Yeah,
Evan Williams, dude.
He's having such a strong game.
Wow.
Okay,
Welch comes up with it too.
So the Packers had 1.5 safeties last year, and they now have 3. Okay, that's great.
I said it during the draft. I'm like, Brian Gutekunst left the draft and said, "Damn it, we're going to be good at safety."
Boyd is out there again.
Who applied the pressure too? Someone from the inside.
Well, they ran a screen, so.
Oh, you're right. I'm retired. Sorry. Someone was like right in his face though.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but I was like, oh, screen.
Hopefully Lloyd will get a carry here.
That would be nice
my
if they would
God.
just hand it off to him instead of throwing it to
Did you
him.
see Jalen Wright tear it up the other night?
Number 70, Newman. Yeah, get him out of here.
That's Bryant's boy right there.
Brian,
That's
I'm
just good
surprised
to
you don't
play.
have his jersey at this point.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Just get the bobblehead.
If someone sent me that jersey, I'd cut it up and use it as toilet paper.
Hot dang, man.
Brian is supplying the cards for the 7,000 follower giveaway, which we'll do on the first commercial break.
So funny.
It's gonna come wrapped in a
Ooh.
jersey.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Lloyd.
Uh-oh. Good boy. Whoa.
There you go. And we take those.
Why is he taking himself
Run.
out, though? He was like, I
Almost a
ran.
late hit too.
Did you hurt himself?
Was that Monk?
Christopher
that
said
got
eating the
beaten?
pizza is clutch. Hey, Christopher, during the games, we're just guys being dudes.
About to go get me some
You
chips.
get to experience the real us. Not that
Yeah.
you don't during the watch party or during the pregame shows and the regular Wednesday shows.
Oh, wide open.
Oh, Joel Wilson, tight end you.
Holy crap.
Joel Wilson's new nickname is tight end you.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Great play
Everything
call,
going to
too.
the right, and then you
Yep.
just have Joel Wilson flowing to the left by himself.
Man. Man, oh, man.
I don't
We are
remember seeing that a ton last year. The
Yeah.
bootleg to the tight end.
Jake, I'm going to be
down
honest
the
with you. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about his hair sticking out of his helmet.
Just, what?
You're usually a hair flow guy.
It's not there yet.
Hopefully Lloyd is okay. He kind of pulled himself out after that.
McCarthy's still playing?
Yeah, he just had a big touchdown pass, actually.
Yeah.
Well, he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, guys.
Yes. So
Monk is
Jared
at center now, by the way.
Goff, we have all the top 5 quarterbacks.
Wow, they're really rotating him in.
Yep, he's at center now. Who the heck is 61? I gotta see.
Is that Monk?
62's Monk.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
at center, right?
Yeah, who's 61? That's what I really want to know.
Oh,
Was
he
he the
was
Smith?
he was the first guy playing backup center when Myers was
Yeah.
dealing with injuries in the training camp.
Lucida Smith is 61.
Oh, okay. Well, they have him at left guard.
Telfort can't outrun Emmanuel.
I was
Wilson.
gonna say, I'd like to see 76 get out there a little bit farther, but then I remember that dude's 6'8". All right. So I have the list here of everybody who is eligible for the 7K follower giveaway, which Bryant is so graciously providing the giveaway items for. So, Bryant, since you are giving it away, I'm going to close my eyes, turn away. You say when, and the name that I stop on, that's who's going to win. So,
Okay.
Bryant, you can count down from 5, 10, something shorter than the commercial, but you tell me when to stop.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Tyler Perkovich.
He deserves it.
He does.
Yeah,
Tyler-
pick a guy
Tyler
named
commented on a lot
Tyler.
of our
Wow,
stuff, which we
that's
appreciate.
wild.
So Tyler Perkovich, if you're watching, congrats. If not, I will alert you later, and then you'll be excited.
If I get your address, I'll make sure I get them sent out here soon.
He
Awesome.
picked a guy named Tyler. That shit's rigged.
Yeah, I had to cross your name off
I
the
made him
list.
cross your
Brian
name
said
off
you were
mine.
ineligible.
That wouldn't have looked good on us. Oh, Simon, you win.
No. I would have immediately said no.
Bryant would have had to
Oh,
go to the
yeah.
next room to hand them to you.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Ship them by Moose.
Yeah. The next polar bear.
Good old moose mail.
Brian's like, oh, we travel by snowmobile up here. And I told Simon, I'm like, oh, you named your moose snowmobile. That's so clever.
You mean snow machine?
Snow machine? Is that what you said?
Dude, that's what Alaska people call snowmobiles.
A snow machine?
Okay.
They call
When
it
I
snow
think
machine.
of snow machine, I think the thing
Yep,
like
same.
in like the opening scene of National Treasure, the thing that has like the big like stakes on it. That's what I think of when somebody says snow machine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've not seen National Treasure?
Not since like 05 when it came out.
You should. It's a really good movie.
Debatable.
The first one's good. The second one is okay.
I'm not a big Nicolas Cage guy.
Nicolas Cage is a treasure.
One of the guys in my unit is like obsessed with Nicolas Cage. He has Pickles Cage.
That would
tattooed
probably
on him.
make it less enjoyable.
He
to
has a
know that there's
tattooed on his
somebody that
leg.
is obsessed with Nicolas Cage.
So it's
He
his
owns
favorite,
a.
is his
Wow,
favorite movie,
Clifford,
the
that
movie
was-
about how
Dude,
famous.
he watched all his movies.
Hole.
That's a weird thing.
That was a weird snap. Oh, that was actually almost a.
That was almost a dot, dude.
That would have been a sick catch. All right, who's kicking this field goal?
Probably
Gotta be
Joseph's,
Joseph,
It's
right?
got to be Joseph's turn, yeah?
Yeah, they're probably just gonna alternate.
Oh, my God. That was actually not that bad of a throw.
No, it wasn't for how that play started out.
Yeah. For him rolling out to the left as a righty.
Got it. Good field goal.
Did he make it? Mike
Kareem Hunt. What about Kareem Hunt? Nicolas Cage fall off needs to be studied. He hasn't fallen off.
Falling off. He's had like a few movies come out.
Watch Renfield. Him as Dracula was really fun. That
That
movie
was,
was
yeah.
enjoyable. Also, it's a much different movie, but Nicolas Cage was really good in Long Legs. He was creepy as hell in that movie.
He's creepy as hell.
Here, Simon, I'm going to show you a picture of what I think of when I hear the words snow machine.
I think of a
I
snowblower.
picture these.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
I
what I
agree with
picture
that.
when I hear the word snow.
Okay. The military has some of those vehicles. Or
Machine?
something similar.
Military has a lot of everything because they have a lot of money.
Yeah,
Sort of.
apparently they're too good to provide free NFL to our men in service.
Wow.
They're
Wow.
too good for what?
Disrespectful.
To provide free NFL to our service.
Oh, I don't care about that.
The military. Settle down.
That's what my clothing allowance is
2/4 of
for.
our panel here are military.
I mean, I like our military, but
Brian's not in anymore. He
Well,
doesn't
he's
count.
ex-military, but that still counts. He's still on the payroll.
That's true.
yeah, I forgot to thank him for his service today.
Oh, Christopher did 10 years.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, he did 10. Nice. I just hit 15.
Jesus Christ. You're gonna do 20?
Yeah.
You think you're gonna be done after the next 4?
When I hit 20, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore.
Okay. So I'll pray.
There's not a way. Unless I get stop loss, there's no way.
I don't even know what that is, but I'll just
Just
take
when
it.
they like I can put my retirement paperwork in 18, they can just deny and say they need me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So if we go to like World War III, I'm screwed.
Oof.
Well, yeah, you got to be what is Alaska or Russia poking at you over there in Alaska?
I didn't realize how close Russia was. I knew we were, but like, it's not that far away.
How long would it take you to go by boat from Alaska to Russia?
I'm not sure. I'd have to drive over to like, I forget what's it called. It's a good question. I'm gonna look it up now.
So am I.
Christopher, he's Army.
Because I'm pretty sure it's only like 100 miles or so.
Have you bumped into any of the cast members? from
55
WSW?
miles. Good tackle. It's
Yeah, it says
55
2
miles.
hours. It says 2 hours, dude.
Hell
2
yeah.
hours. All right.
I think it's like Nome, Alaska. To like
Dude,
the closest-
you're literally almost the same distance to Russia as I am to Milwaukee.
Yep.
That is actually crazy.
See if Packers can create another turnover defensively here.
Well,
Oh, new quarterback too. He didn't play the last series, did he?
no,
I think it was
this
still
is
Huntley. Yeah.
the heck is it?
That was,
Hey, Jamari Thrash. I actually like him.
I did too. I liked him. DTR.
No,
Yeah.
that's still DTR.
Yep. Was he in last series? I thought it was Huntley.
I think it was Huntley.
Man, Evan Williams crashes down fast too.
Yeah, he does. Their safety room looks so fast.
Love that.
Yep. What was that? That was a weird play.
Simon Christopher wants to know your MOS.
35 November. I'm Intel. I'm a nerd.
I could have told you that.
Yeah.
Good tackle. 34. Who is that?
King.
34.
Oh, that's
King.
King. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Smarty pants.
I just remember that he was wearing the old Mike McKenzie number, dude.
That was an interesting pass rush for the NS too.
Brown's head coach is getting pretty frustrated, I think.
Good.
Stefanski still their head coach?
Mm-hmm. Didn't he win Coach of the Year last year?
Oh, former Packer, Corey Bojorquez.
Punt team's coming out. Someone fix his shoulder pad. What are we doing?
Yes, Simon Stefanski did win the Coach of the Year award last year.
That's a good return by Toure. I know things sometimes.
All right. Anybody can answer this. Who's a player you're looking forward to watching in the second half now that we're getting into the really deep parts of the 90-man?
Kitano Oladapo.
See. Oh, I got it back.
I'm gonna be looking at some of these pass rushers.
Yeah, I think the pass rushers are like kind of set, and they brought in a few guys to like kind of supplement some of the injuries too. So like it's tough to like really think any of these guys are gonna be helpful.
Well, we brought up a guy earlier who I think I agree is a fringe 53-man roster, but maybe Welsh can make some plays.
Yep.
He recovered the fumble. Maybe he can come up with some.
He could
big
be like a practice squad guy or something. Or I'm sorry, special teams guy. Michael Pratt would be another one. I'm hoping to see
That's a good one.
some snaps out.
Well, your wish is granted.
Christopher brought
Jarvion
up
Howard.
Kenneth Odumegwu.
Yeah. Did you see the thing about his dad like showing up to family night?
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah.
It was
His
like the
dad
first time he
showed
had
up,
seen him in a long
like,
time or something, right?
What's that?
He hadn't seen him in like a while because he's been here.
Good job.
Oh, I love stories like that. It's like good stuff. Straight into the dopamine. Jarvion Howard's another guy I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of.
At this point, I'm invested in Joel Wilson.
Yeah. Is it there?
Why now?
I haven't seen much of Glover yet either.
That's a good one.
Round pick.
Travis Glover.
I don't know if he's played any snaps, but I haven't seen anything.
I'm pretty sure he played in the first half. I remember him being in.
Did he?
Yeah, because you had told me his name because I said it wrong.
Oh, you're right. You said
Oh, I
Glover.
remember that.
You called him Oda
Okay, there's Pratt. I hope he just bombs it right here. Just
65-yard
teeing it up.
touchdown.
It hasn't been
Right on the
snapped
Jordan
yet.
Love.
It's gonna be a
Lloyd is
handoff.
back in.
I know. I'm a play behind, but
No, they just snapped it. I knew it was going to be a handoff. First play.
yeah.
Actually, a pretty good run.
Just kidding. That's Wilson. I'll have to keep an eye on that.
Look at Valentine. Valentine,
That's a good
does that
run.
guy ever shut up, dude?
No.
That dude, he's literally on the sideline, like talking to everybody, bro.
I love it. He's not even playing.
Dude, he just talks all day. That's all he does.
Michael asked, how many years do we get the exemption for Odomegwu? Is it just 1 year or is it more? I want to say it's 3, but I will
This
look
is
for
his
sure.
second year. I think it is 3. That was a low snap. Who's
Man, dude, Bose is going crazy.
Is that Caleb Jones at left tackle right now? There you go. Yeah.
Gotta be. There's nobody else that size on this team.
I just saw him standing next to like one of their linebackers or whatever.
Yeah, that's him.
He looks awkward in his pass protection. I don't know. Maybe it's just because he's so big.
Dude, he's so massive.
Look at Pratt. Look at Pratt. Michael Pratt out here throwing blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Dude, that was sick. That was actually
That's
sick.
quick.
Let's go, baby. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
We have 2 17s on the roster right now. We might not have one when the season starts.
What do you mean? Devontae Adams is coming back.
Bam. Yeah, sure.
That was a good cutback, too. Ooh.
Dude, that was actually a good
Broken
block.
ankles, man.
Oh, that was a good tackle.
Man, he made that guy look stupid. Yeah. Good grab. All right, Pratt. Let's see a bomb.
You got to make Pratt make a throw here eventually.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably playing the rest of the game, so you got time.
Yeah, I know, but you're in a
Little crosser.
second and long.
Go this way.
48 is getting abused right now.
There you go. Good pass. Take the little drag route.
Yep. He made one little move to the left, and that was why he was wide open.
Okay, you gotta wait a second.
Michael, I'm still looking. I'm trying to find an answer to your question.
I'm still naked.
Oh no!
Hey, man. Yeah, that's Bull Melton, number 8.
Oh my god!
That was, oh man, he's had some like, drops or like,
Yeah. Melton,
Just-
yeah, not having.
he hasn't been on it today. All right, Joseph up to kick probably. That was a good ball by Pratt.
Nope, back to Anders.
Yeah, that was a great ball by Pratt.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
on the money.
Tucked it right
Yeah.
in there.
Melton had a tough day. Oh, that was Carlson. Okay.
That was unders.
Are they flipping back and forth?
Yeah, Joseph kicked the one right before half.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Okay. All right. So the kickers are tit for tat right now. So what do you think the point of them signing that third kicker was? Because it really
Based
is
on
like that.
the way that Matt LaFleur
Okay.
talked about it, it was strictly for competition.
That doesn't even make sense. At this point, it doesn't even seem like he's in the competition. Like he is, but like it's gonna very much come down to Joseph and Anders.
I think that's what it's going to be also. But if you're looking at like just practice and stuff, if you're looking at, Matt LaFleur basically said that anytime they bring guys in for workouts, they try to find ways to sign them.
Like it would be very, very much so. Like I feel like both of them would have to like crap the bed pretty bad at this point for neither one of them to be our kicker going in a year. What is this?
Michael, I cannot find an answer to your question. Trying to find like how long the contracts go for the international players.
I thought it was 2 years, and the third year they have to put it on, but I could be mistaken.
I thought it was a 3-year thing also.
All right.
Yeah, Bull Melton has not looked fantastic. I agree, Michael. I think that's about 3 drops now.
All right. 6:35 left in the third quarter. Got the whole fourth quarter to go yet. So now the Browns are doing the watching the ball, not the opposition either.
Interesting.
Nice tackle.
Joseph is getting the kickoff here again, even though he got the one out of half.
41. Marshawn Lloyd is done for the day.
Is he hurt or he's just like?
It just said he has a hamstring injury.
Dang.
I knew something was up. I seen him pulling himself out after one run. So.
Oh, that was Gamon Green on the kickoff that made the tackle. I'm excited to see more Anthony Johnson Jr. if he plays more in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him lay somebody out. I'm glad you brought it up because the Packers' open field tackling has been really good so far.
Yeah, it's looked really good so far.
Especially the DBs.
Mm-hmm. They're really getting after it.
Rochelle right there for the tackle again.
Yeah, Michael, hopefully it's just precautionary as well. I agree. Get more Colby Wooden. Get a stop on 3rd and 1 would be great.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good cutback. Brenton Cox definitely got to pay attention to in the second half. Christopher said that's the Halfley effect. if Jeff Hafley's like only like major difference in the scheme this year would be that the DBs tackle better, that alone would be an upgrade.
So all it says for international pathway program that I've seen is they have to be under the age of 24, out of high school for at least 4 years, did not play football at a U.S. college, can speak English, not a citizen of U.S. Canada, must be eligible to travel to the U.S. for 2 months from the first week in March. Go sit down in the zone. I don't think there's like a yearly, or at least anything I've seen, there's no like yearly
He was
requirement.
in the NFL there for a second, just watched it, didn't even touch the guy, just stepped over him.
Oh, a trick play in the preseason. Could have had him in the backfield. 44.
It's go forth.
Go forth. Okay.
Yep.
Great name, by the way.
He's had a couple of good plays today, or
Mhm.
like good tackles.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Even our third string defensive line is getting pressure. Gotta love that. Spencer Wag.
Yeah, he's I think one of the few defensive linemen on the roster that is looking at a practice squad spot or like competing for one.
Yep.
Got a little bit of size to him. He's 290. Yeah, Esther's in there too.
Nobody wanted to tackle that tight end. He's got some size on him too.
Okay, missed tackles.
Those are always great.
Those Johnson and Gamon Green.
Yep.
That's what you needed. Needed Christian Welch in the open field to get the tackling back on track.
Nicely done. D-line did a nice job stringing that one out, though.
Nice tackle, Welch. Same, Michael. We were just talking about that.
Yep. We jinxed it.
Yep.
And they gave Jonathan Owen's number away too.
Man.
Do they know who his wife is? Oh. If Welch gets a hand on that ball, he's got a shot at the MVP of the game. Damn.
That was a nice throw.
Oh my God! I thought Welch was gonna get a hand on that.
So did I. If he ends up with a pass to defense in coverage, in addition to all the tackles that he's made around the line of scrimmage today, and
a fumble recovery.
He was, yeah,
And
that
the
was
fumble
like
recovery,
6 inches, dude.
I still give it to Williams over that because Williams is the one that forced the fumble. You know what I mean? And the way that was a quick off the line.
Christopher, I know you're joking that Jonathan Owens might be better than Xavier McKinney, but I saw a Bears fan on Twitter say that Kevin Byard is better than Xavier McKinney.
Oh, okay, so we're just smoking crack now. That's cool.
Well, it is Chicago.
That's fair.
And I'm like, I saw this on like a thread of things, and I'm like, everything you said became invalidated after you said Kevin Byard is better than Xavier McKinney.
Dog says we're just gonna smoke crack now. Just nonchalant, like whatever.
Good play by Zane Anderson there.
Xavier McKinney. Christopher, did you see the video of him mic'd up in
Good
practice
tackle,
the other day?
dude.
It was his birthday, actually.
It's 39. 39. That was a
That's
good
Zane
tackle.
Anderson, isn't it?
That was Zane
Yeah.
Anderson, yep.
Good tackle.
Christopher, I'm sure you've seen it, but let's ask for confirmation that you've seen it. Yes. That video is awesome.
All right.
All
Just
right.
need Michael
Fourth
Pratt to
quarter
huff it
time.
about 20 times in the last quarter.
Got to protect that lead so we can be 1-0 in the preseason.
Yeah.
Take a look around the league and see what it is. Jair was a good one, too. Jair is always entertainment when he's mic'd up.
That's funny. I didn't notice that before. On that play in the first or second quarter when the two O linemen pulling for Emmanuel Wilson, Sean Ryan, like Emmanuel Wilson had his hand in Sean Ryan's jersey and he was like dragging him. I didn't notice that before.
I saw that he had his hand on his back, but I thought he was pushing him.
He was no. He was like, it looked like it at first, but then he started falling, and like Sean Ryan dragged him like a yard or two. It's pretty funny.
Michael, I have not seen Howard yet, but we're just entering the fourth quarter, so I think he's got a shot to get some play in the fourth quarter. Him and Merriweather.
Yeah, Emmanuel Wilson's had the bulk of the carries in the second and third quarter.
I'll be interested to see the D-line numbers after this game because we have 3 sacks so far.
Yep.
And it looks like the third-string D-line was also getting pressure, so I'd like to see the pressures.
You know if PFF does preseason stuff? I remember.
I'll pull it up right now because I have it bookmarked. I think they do some, but they don't have it, like, not the full.
Yeah. Smile.
They do have
moment of the
preseason
game.
stats.
Nice.
I'm going to look at 2023 and just see what they have.
Let's check out. All right.
All right, let's hold him on the end zone here, boys.
There's no way he caught that.
Spencer Waggy a hit. Aaron Mosby a hit. Who else had one?
What? That would have been an insane catch. That was a really nice throw, actually.
It looked like it bounced.
I thought he was out of bounds, too. Like,
Yeah, it did look like it bounced.
I was going to say, there's no way. Batted down. Nice. Good stop, defense.
Is it Mosby?
No.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep. Nice play. Good bat.
No, that's Morton. Number 60 is Morton.
Oh, the announcer said Mosby.
Yeah, number 60 is Zach Morton.
Did I see it?
He's a D end. 6'5", 261.
Talking about who just swatted that down?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they just called it wrong. I'm not sure.
ESPN has as Mosby's PD too.
Oh, they were high-fiving Morton right there, number 60. So,
Oh,
Maybe he had
okay.
pressure.
You're saying.
oh, he said 60 batted it. Okay.
No, it kind of looks like PFF has just about all of the stats.
Nice.
They have pressures.
Yeah, they'll have pressures then. Then that's
Yep.
Our Van Ness had a pretty nice showing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It does have
3
pressure.
tackles, a sack, and 3 tackles for loss. And Kobe Wooden had good 2. 3 total tackles, a sack, and a tackle for loss.
What'd they give credit to Devontae Wyatt for? I thought he could have got a half sack on the one that Van Ness got because he got a hand on him, kind of forced him right into him.
He didn't have any. I'm on ESPN. I haven't looked at PFF.
I was about to say, if you're going to tell me you had
PFF doesn't have live.
Yeah, they're gonna have to wait till the game's over.
Yeah.
Probably comes out
Okay.
tomorrow.
he definitely has at least 2 pressures.
Yeah, he had a couple pressures for sure.
Oh yeah.
Michael said it's so hard living in the future. LOL. 60 batted it.
Did he?
No, did he?
Michael, where the hell do you live where you're always ahead of us in every game?
The future.
Yeah, I guess so.
He said, well, I was wrong. Mosby batted last fall.
Thought I was hanging out with that Chicago fan for a second.
Can't believe they just let a practice squad running back have Tramon Williams' number.
Unreal.
Yeah.
What's in the
Merriweather's in.
Juwan Jones right now.
Ted, the score is 23-3 Packers.
They look good. I know it's preseason, but even their depth look good.
Ron Ryan's at right guard now, and Monk is still at center.
Okay.
And Ryan's
Okay. And Michael Pratt just threw a really nice lob deep ball.
That was
half of a
you guys are way ahead of me
play
again.
behind.
that was a nice body adjustment right there.
I'm listening to them
Yeah,
talk to
great
Juwan
catch,
Jones right
dude.
now.
That was a really nice play.
Julian Hicks. Great. catch.
Michael's in Menominee watching on television on Spectrum.
Yeah, that was great body control. Come back for that. Back shoulder.
Yeah, that was a really good throw.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a nice block. Who was that came across right behind the center?
Tight end you.
It had to be.
It was.
It was.
I
Was
saw
the
the
hair
hair
flowing?
flopping. I saw the hair flopping.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was a nice pull across. Look forward to Tucker Kraft doing that all year.
I'm excited for him to come back.
I'm literally
Crazy thing is,
listening to them freaking interview Juwan Jones, so I missed the pass. Who caught it?
Julian Hicks.
freaking Tucker Kraft might enjoy crackback blocking more than he does.
Oh,
catching.
yeah.
Right?
He seems like one of those psychos.
That's why Matt LaFleur calls him a war daddy.
A little flat-footed by Michael Pratt there.
Connor said just giving Geronimo Allison's number away. Thanks for playing, Connor.
Bet he can't tweet like Geronimo.
I always like people bringing up other people's tweets. They're just wild.
That was not great blocking.
That stood no chance.
Yeah.
They sniffed out the screen and they were in his face.
Dude, if you've been reading the practice report, apparently we've just absolutely sucked at screens so far this year.
I don't.
Which is weird for a Packers team.
Yeah. They've literally been good at screen passes to the running back going back to the Favre days.
Yeah, apparently we've been struggling in practice and stuff this year.
It's got to be the pace of the old line, then, in my opinion.
Go for it.
No, they're
Yeah,
not.
4th and 9 from your own 10-yard line. Send it.
Mhm. Send it. They're on our 35.
Preseason, no regrets.
Yeah. Not even one letter.
Simon, your new nickname's going to be War Daddy.
Please don't. There's enough of people I work with calling me dad.
None of them call him daddy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to send Simon a custom jersey that says War Daddy on it.
That's forbidden.
That'd be awesome.
Like the old man in the platoon, so.
Simon, what's your favorite number?
I'm not telling you.
I'll guess. I'll probably get it right.
You probably won't.
70.
Close.
-1.
Speaking of that, I need to get a Bakhtiari jersey.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that once you said, speaking of that. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, hold on here.
Like, we may let some F-bombs fly once in a while, but settle down.
Got some Mickey D's there, Bryant? Attaboy, you get the double cheeseburger, yeah? Or you get a quarter pounder?
I just went for number 7. 2 cheeseburgers.
Crispy.
I was going to say, I don't know what that is.
2 cheeseburgers and some fries.
Okay, hey.
McCrispy is number 4, I think.
Can't go wrong.
I always get the nuggets.
I'm a McChicken guy, dude.
They have this thing that they don't really advertise much, but it's a $5 meal deal, but it's like $5.99. But it's a double cheeseburger or you can do the McChicken, and it's like 4 chicken nuggets and a drink and some fries for like $6.
No.
Back in 2016, that would have been $2.99.
Yeah. I was telling my wife, she didn't believe me. I said when I was a kid, they used to do once like a summer, they would do like a quarter hamburger day, and you could go in there and get 4 quarter. It was maxed out at 4, but you could get 4 hamburgers for $1. And I know that because my mom used to go through the drive-thru and send me and my 2 brothers in. And we'd get a bunch of hamburgers for cheap.
Hell yeah.
Hey, when you're poor, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
And, like,
What
do you think I'm making this up?
That's smart, actually. Nice. Veteran move by mom there.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that either. I remember when they used to have like the 20-piece
It
nuggets.
could have been just like a up here thing.
They still do.
I wish they still did that.
they?
Like a 20-piece nugget for like $3.99.
They still do that?
Not for $3.99 anymore.
Yeah, they used to do that on like Mondays or something like that. After like
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Even back in like 2012 or something, they used to do like an absurd deal. It was like 50
Well,
nuggets.
Michael, they're actually
fries.
McDonald's fries, the big producers up here in Simplot, in my hometown. They produce a lot of the fries. So,
Oh, really?
by the fact that I know some of the people that work there, you're probably right. You don't want to know how they're made.
That's not about. Oh, wow.
What's
He
wrong
found
with
that.
I've already ingested probably 300 in my life. So
Yeah.
It's too late for me. Save yourself.
I don't care.
dude, we're putting bad stuff in our body from the grocery store, so it doesn't really matter. That's supposed to be fresh food.
Keep them short of the first.
Oh,
What's going on? What just happened?
I don't know. I'm staring at a rendering of the Browns' new stadium.
Yeah, they
ran a play
they
in
did
the
it. What the?
Okay, apparently he got it.
I literally.
I thought he got it too.
Hey, there you go, Cox. Good play. You fucking settle down over there.
Dude, I was telling myself to hold it in, but I couldn't.
God, I hope he makes the team just so we can be like, nice play, Cox, all the time.
Big play Cox, huh?
This is like
just
big
be glad
Nick.
we aren't the South Carolina fanatics, huh?
Holy crap, right?
Let's go, Cox.
Can you do it, man? You screaming that? No.
Keep pounding.
Oh, God.
Can't wait to clip that after the watch party's over.
I'm sorry for whoever's watching. That was that was
Just wild.
Oh, that's so funny.
You're more than welcome to shut it off now. I get it.
I don't know. It might just be getting good for them, dude. Running back 49, huh? Looks a little awkward.
Oh, get there! Ah!
Is this
Cox
a PG
almost had
show?
him.
Is this a PG show?
No. Oh, slippery
So
Cox.
close, Cox.
Dude, we're just.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
he has to make the roster now.
No, he
Oh,
almost
man.
stumbled too. That's a good play there, though.
That was a good play, too. Damn.
Yeah, that was clean. He got off clean on that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
61,
Jesus Christ.
61 didn't touch him until after he missed the sack.
He's got to finish, dude.
Yeah. I'm not touching that.
Mm.
I'm not touching that.
Ah, damn. Good hurdle.
I don't know. I'm just leaving him out there.
I wanted to.
I should have time stamped that so I could tell my mom to fast forward through that part.
Yeah.
Just skip this 45 seconds.
Who's
That
98?
was a
Kenneth,
crazy
that's
run.
Omegwa. Oh, man.
Plays like that are why I like DTR, though.
Yeah.
Seeing him at UCLA. Like, that's why I thought he'd be a good backup for Jordan Love. He's got that dual threat ability.
Dude, I literally couldn't remember when we went to college. Yep,
He had a pretty solid final year.
he
Yep.
did. UCLA got ranked with him for a long time.
Yep.
Yep.
Good tackle.
On a people note, this is better for the Browns, but it is good to see Zach Zinter playing. He had a pretty bad injury against Ohio State last year.
Yeah.
So it's good for him to see him on the field.
I liked him in the draft, but I wanted the Packers to take him.
Me too.
Who the fuck is that? Brevin Allen.
Wasn't
Didn't
there
we
a
just
guard
signed
for
him like last week?
Yeah. This is like the bottom of the barrel, guys.
Yeah, it is. Damn it, that's how they're going to score a touchdown, too.
That's all right.
Is Welch cleaning up the mess?
Pretty good hit on him, too.
This is a dude that started NFL games right now last year, competing against our fourth stringers. So
Right.
I will say Christian Welch, he just gets the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
He-
he's
I think he's
covering.
for sure. I would say
Covering. That was
up
well
to a
to the
lot
bottom
of
of the screen in coverage.
just after this performance, he's just everywhere.
He is everywhere. Good
He'll
for him.
be on the practice squad if he.
If he doesn't make the roster,
No,
he'll
he-
definitely be
he-
on the practice squad. He would absolutely be a guy that I'd be comfortable calling up on game day.
Oof.
If he doesn't make the roster, which seems like a possibility.
You got beat pretty clean off that.
He might just be in there quarterbacking the later playing guys. Well, there it is. Uh-oh. Flag. See what the flag is.
Good touchdown. Good throw.
Michael said bring it back. He's from the future, so it's got to be on the Browns.
Good flag. It's on us, though.
Ah!
No?
See? Michael's from the future. He knew.
It's on the Browns. Holding.
Yep.
Legal man downfield.
I didn't doubt Michael as soon as he said it.
Michael's a pretty smart guy.
Michael's from the future, dude.
That's why he's so smart.
Wow. You never see that. What was he doing downfield?
I'm betting his coach is going to want a good answer to that question.
Right? Look how far he is. Holy hell.
Due to other pass blocking or run blocking, I mean.
Yeah,
Dude,
what
that
is
was
he
actually-
doing?
That was a nice throw too.
It was a dart, dude.
I'm assuming that noise meant touchdown because I'm a little.
What do you mean you
behind.
can't blame the line?
No, Esther just missed the tackle.
Oh,
You could have had him in the backfield for like a yard loss.
he's mad at himself too.
Yeah, he just missed it. Almost had a tackle for loss. He's going to be a guy fighting for
I
practice.
don't know how you say you can't blame the lineman. Well,
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
maybe if it was supposed to be a run play, you couldn't blame the lineman, and then they threw. But
But that doesn't make sense for what the wide receiver was doing then.
Yeah, so if it's an option play, then yes, you have to stay.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Oh, guess who making a tackle?
Welch,
Yep.
Dude, he's gonna have 10 today.
he's gonna have 100
He's
tackles.
probably got
this year.
10 already. Damn. I'm going to
Just a
see.
sound tackler.
That's a good sign.
Welch 609. So that has not updated yet. That's going to be his 12th.
Wow.
Oh, no. That's not assisted and solo. That's solo in total. Sorry. That's going to be his 7th tackle.
Okay.
You're going to call that one late, though, dude? Like, Marshawn Lloyd got hit when he had a foot out of bounds before.
What?
For what?
Probably leading with the head.
Oh, come on. There is nothing
gotta
he
be
could have
that.
done.
But
They're
he was
probably
so
calling
down.
leading
Why are they
with
supposed
the
to
head.
tackle him, knee him in the face?
Yep. Yep. Leading with the crown of the helmet.
What do you
So
want him to do there?
Because his
That's
face
like-
mask hit the crown? Like,
I think it's.
that's...
He ducked down. What do you want him to do?
Yeah,
And calm down there, fan.
that's
That's a crap call.
that's not great. It's not great, dude.
That was like more to the back or like the shoulder than.
What
That's
is he supposed to do there?
yeah.
Refs in preseason form there, I guess. I got to remember that the refs are also in preseason.
I mean, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference, but still, I don't understand the flag.
And the Browns score a touchdown, and now they're down only 14. They're all excited. I think you guys probably have a different broadcast than me. I have the Browns broadcast.
I think we have the national broadcast, I guess.
All
You
right,
guys
let's
might
do our
have like
commercial
the
and run it back
Packers. Do you guys have like Larrabee and John Kuhn?
I don't know. I'm not listening to it
Oh, okay.
because if I listen to it, the sound will go over to our show, and we can't have that.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't understand that call by that ref. There's nothing.
I mean, ultimately, it was like a 1 or 2 year penalty, but yeah. It was
Yeah. I'm just saying, as a flag in general, I don't get
What do you
it.
want him to do there?
Yeah. Like the dude was falling back, and he led with his shoulder.
Tyler, did you see the video posted by the Brewers?
Tyler's not here.
Oh, what the heck? I am not watching. I am in a separate screen. Okay, well, anyways, I'll tell the rest of Wisco Fanatics then. And Bryant is gone.
Oh, okay. Guess just me.
Just me, you know.
You can tell me.
The Brewers posted a video about Sal Frelick and Bryce Terang playing bags with some fans before the game today.
Oh, nice.
That's fucking
like
sick,
that.
dude.
Is Yelich still injured?
Yes.
I don't know anything about his injury. I just saw.
Yeah. Well, they said that the timetable's like undetermined, but like with the way the Brewers are playing lately, have you seen anything?
With the way they're playing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been paying attention a little bit.
dude, they're on
They're
fire.
crushing it.
They're hitting the baseball hard and far.
What do they got? 4 in a row now?
Yeah.
Twins are playing really well, too, for the most part. And now they got Royce Lewis and Buxton in the lineup again.
Yeah. See, the thing is that we don't care about Minnesota. We hate them. I'm really glad that we came out after the All-Star break and just punched them right in the mouth. I was like, God, do not lose to Minnesota. I swear to freaking God.
Is the MLB rivalries just as big, or like?
I think the Cubs one holds more weight because of the Bears-Packers thing.
Yeah.
I don't actually hate the Twins because they're in a completely different conference.
Yeah.
It'd be like if the Vikings were in the NFC.
Yeah.
Or in the AFC, sorry.
I
If
mean
they
league.
weren't in the NFC is what I meant to say.
I meant to say leagues, not conference. Conference.
Yeah, I got you.
But
is it like a proximity thing though?
I mean, I don't hate the Cardinals either. I just hate how consistent they are. They're always good.
Mm-hmm.
Like Timberwolves too. Like Bucks and Timberwolves isn't a rivalry, even though it's Wisconsin, Minnesota.
I mean, I just hate them because they're Minnesota. So like, you can F off and stuff. I don't cheer for anything Minnesota, Chicago, or Detroit. Get out of here.
Michael said, I like the Twins because they're in the AL and they're another small market team. They're my number 2 behind the Brewers. I said after the Brewers and the Guardians did their little like support each other thing for the All-Star, I was like, all right, I'll rock with the Guardians.
I'll rock with the Guardians too, man.
It's a pretty good return.
If the Twins had the worst record in baseball for like 10 straight years, that would make me laugh because I know that all of them, not all of them, I mean, most of them are Vikings fans, and that would bring me joy.
All right. See if we can get Michael Pratt to sling one here.
2 more yards for 100 yards rushing. Come on.
Is that Howard in the game now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, there you go. Michael, there's Howard in the game.
Just about to call that.
Did he get to 2 yards?
You got a 2-yard carry.
Got us to a Honda. He's wearing Sam Gatto's old number.
That's Dr. Gatto.
Yep, sorry. Packers legend, never forget. Sam Gatto. That's always my go-to.
His hair looks like Alex Green.
Oh! Look at Howard out here. Big run. Michael, are you still in the future? You're probably cheering.
He's a big dude.
Oh,
nice run.
There you go. Good hole, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
39, you better get lower, dude. You better get lower.
There you go.
Where'd we get Howard from?
Alcorn State.
Okay.
5'10",
he has a baseball from
215.
the 87 and 91 Twins
15
stamp.
5'10". He's pretty put together.
All right, play action.
Get him to bite hard.
Yep.
Go for the kill shot. Let's win this preseason game 30-10.
Yep.
Yeah. There's your dagger.
There's your dagger.
If we get a dagger call in week 1 of the preseason, I would lose my shit.
There you go. Good carry.
Click. Just keep giving him the rock. Let him carry us down the field.
Oh, Julian Hicks. Look at him.
Or not.
Nice run.
Hicks with a good run.
All right, and we stopped the clock.
Ooh,
Time to get
that
touchdown.
defensive end bit hard on that,
Yeah,
too.
he did.
Oh. He had no idea.
See Matt LaFleur getting in his bag already.
Oh my.
He's done several end rounds.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, but I just mean like subverting the expectations where they're kind of just like running it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you think we're going to run again? We are, but not where you think we're going.
It's like the Bears game when Christian Watson had that like one to just like put the game away. Like they were just like biting super hard on the inside. So they did the jet motion out and let Christian Watson.
I didn't know Anders Carlson was playing quarterback now.
Is he better or worse than Andres Carlson?
Oh.
Tyler had that one stashed,
Just
bro.
as good as Keyshawn,
That was
Keyshawn Nissan.
Yeah.
Nissan Nixon out there.
Nissan Nixon. Nissan Nixon.
350Z.
Another end around.
Is that Toure?
Yep.
So Matt LaFleur has been playing college football 25. Confirmed.
You know how funny it would be if somebody asked him that in the post game.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, dude, definitely.
We playing that on NCAA 25. Yeah. Why do you think we ran 6 end arounds?
in the fourth quarter.
Is it bad? I kind of want to get stopped here. Like, I want us to see another field goal try. I want these young guys to score a touchdown too, like Howard.
Howard scoring a touchdown would be good vibes.
With a Caleb Jones pull.
Caleb Jones is a mountain of a man. Yes, absolutely.
Just smashes some dude.
He's so big.
Dude, he
Oh, there's a pull. There you go.
Yeah,
Did you watch
got out
that?
there that time.
Caleb Jones is why NFL teams were talking to DJ Burns. Jake, where did DJ Burns go to college?
NC State.
Really,
you're talking
really
about
close.
the big dude in
South Carolina.
Who do they have at center right now?
I don't know. I didn't get a good look.
Number 61.
61.
We said his name before.
We did.
That's not Glover, is it?
It's Lucita Smith.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
Bro, they just got to keep Caleb Jones and put him in at fullback on goal lines with Dylan Glenn. You just got to tell the old line, like, listen, this is
Oh.
gonna hurt.
61 is Lucita Smith.
Thank you.
Welcome to the conversation, Tyler.
Play behind.
I didn't remember who it was. I had to look it up.
My mic must be muted.
No, you're just muted in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I specifically choose not to listen to.
Was it the keep pounding joke?
No, it's been longer than that.
Okay.
That was just a cherry on top. I have to talk to your agent about seeing if your contract is going to get renewed for 2025.
It's not.
Hey, Slick, now that you're back, I told this to Simon before because Bryant decided to completely leave the entire show when you left.
Yeah,
Did you
2
see
seconds.
Sal Frelick and Bryce Terang were playing bags with fans outside?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's fucking really sweet.
The
And
big.
then some dude got a free Giannis basketball Brewers jersey thrown to him by
Nice.
Sal Frelick too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, 2 minutes left. Jarvion Howard, touchdown time.
Oh yeah.
I think Pratt
Packers are on the road on the 18th as well at Denver. And then they play at home versus the Ravens, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a joint practice with the Ravens too.
Yep.
Oh,
I can't remember when it is.
22nd, I believe.
That sounds right.
Which I was planning on going, but I can't go anymore because now I have a whole thing I have to do that day, which really sucks.
Just don't do it. Easy.
Yep. I will. You know what? I'm gonna go upstairs after this show, and I'm gonna tell my girlfriend I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
Just not
Besides,
doing
dude, I'm really looking forward to you when you're single and you'll have so much more free time.
it. Either that, or I'm gonna be missing a limb.
Well, I mean, either way, you'll be
To be
single.
honest.
Limb, the limb he's missing. He won't want to be single.
You're giving him way too much credit, my guy.
What are we looking at here? They're literally closing.
Natalie asked, can you guys show the game on one screen or will they shut you guys down? Yes, we would definitely get shut down
Way to
if we
go
showed
away
the
pretty
games
quick.
on screen.
Yep.
Although-
and
enjoy doing this, so we're not.
I will say I had this conversation with a couple people yesterday. Jake was talking about the show and stuff. I do think something like that is going to be possible in the future. With just the way that sports media is growing, I do believe that in the future somebody like Amazon or Netflix will come along and they'll be like, hey, we have content creators around sports that people are familiar with. They listen to them during the week. What if we give those people the option to listen to those same voices during the games? I do think that there is something like that. It's probably not going to be until like the 2030s, but I do think something like that will be possible in the future.
Something like that does exist.
There'd have to be something for them to make money off of it, though. That's the only way.
Right. So that does exist. Amazon, since they own Thursday night games and they own Twitch, they partnered with some streamers and they can stream the game on their channel and provide commentary and stuff. I think the only thing they couldn't do was show the commercials or something along those lines. It was there was a stipulation. I don't remember what it was. Good first down.
Interesting.
So if we continue to grow, maybe when the Packers play on Amazon Prime, and
I can definitely look into that. Like if it's worth it and it's something like that, like I'll look at maybe creating Twitch. I don't know.
God,
I could put a TV up here and just put the game on it and be like, see, we're not watching it.
Natalie
Did you
said
see
I'm
that?
trying to watch it without going to a bar. I'm the one Puerto Rican Packer fan in my life. Where are you located, Natalie?
Oh, we took knees. We didn't let Howard score.
Come on.
I was hoping to get Howard a touchdown.
did we take knees? Aw.
Kind of wish they'd like just snap it and run back like 20
Did you-
yards, go out of bounds, and then kick the field goal.
Did you see the
Natalie's in
replay?
Orlando.
Oh my God, Caleb Jones is like a head above it.
Dude, there's no way he's only 370, bro. He's got 6'9" to fill out, and he's a wide boy.
Yeah.
Michael Pratt's protecting the game ball. Yeah, Natalie, that's a tough spot to be in. To be down in Florida, having to deal with
Orlando,
people.
that's tough.
Well, you can guarantee Tuesday nights, Natalie. We will be here on Tuesday nights. We'll be recapping and previewing all of the games throughout the season, so you can come hang out with us on Tuesday nights. This type of watch party is like what we're doing on Patreon. So I don't know if you're also a Bucks, Brewers, Badgers fan, but those are available on Patreon. But the Packers one, we just wanted to do one today for the preseason and show people kind of what we're doing on Patreon. As far as other things that we do, we're going to be, the more we can grow, it's going to be the more like things like this that we can do. So just keep growing here and we'll see if we can do more stuff with it. So that's obviously our goal. Michael said, let's go Brewers, Tobias Myers time. And Natalie said, yeah, but I met some Wisconsin Packers fans here. That's how I turned into a Packers fan. They're the best people I've ever met.
Hell yeah.
Love to hear that. All righty. Well, you guys can stick around with us. We're going to go to a really brief commercial break, and then we will be back and do a brief post-game show. So we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back in a minute. righty, so welcome back to the post-game show. So we are going to go through just some of our biggest takeaways from the Packers preseason victory. They only won 23-10, so how great can they be in the regular season if they don't blow teams out in the preseason, right?
True.
All right. So Brian, I'll go to you first. Wisconsinite podcast, welcome. Brian, I'll go to you first. Whose stock rose most in this game? Who impressed you the most?
Man, there was several players.
I get one.
I know. I'll only take one. I'll go to the defense side because I've been talking about him the whole time. I thought Evan Williams played a fantastic game. Causing the fumble, hitting hard, not missing. I don't think he missed a tackle. I think he had a really good game. So I'll say Evan Williams really kind of showed out.
Simon, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to go offensive side of the ball. I thought Grant DuBose played a really good game. I thought he snagged everything that was thrown to him, and he ran some really good routes. I thought if he didn't get pass interference, that was either a long touchdown or, a long reception. At the very least, that was 20, 30, 40 yards down the field.
Jake, what about you? A guy that rose his stock or impressed you?
I'm going to go defense. I'm going to go Christian Welch. He proved that he could play the Mike linebacker in the middle. Also a good special teams player, but he didn't look like he missed many tackles, if any, and he was this close to getting a pass deflection.
If he would have had that pass deflection, he might have been the MVP of the game.
Yeah.
Those are all great picks, and another guy that I'll throw out there wasn't quite, all game long making impacts, but I really think the second quarter that Robert Rochelle had, I think boosted his stock a lot. Looking at the cornerback depth chart, looking at like 5 or 6 guys that are going to be fighting for like 2 or 3 roster spots, I think Robert Rochelle did a really good job of boosting his stock today.
I want to throw out one bonus if I can too.
Go ahead.
Emmanuel Wilson. I think if he has another game or two like that, and AJ Dillon struggles again, we don't know what they're calling for each other, but he definitely had a pretty good game.
Let me ask you guys this question, because we talked during the game about AJ Dillon, and my take was that during our free agency season, I was looking at other running backs that could be more successful in short yardage situations. Bryant, on your subject of Emmanuel Wilson, do you see any scenario where AJ Dillon doesn't make the team and they go with Josh Jacobs, Marshawn Lloyd, and Emmanuel Wilson?
I mean, I think I could see it if I'm not there at practice or anything like that, but I think if Emmanuel Wilson, this isn't just like the first splash in the bucket for Emmanuel Wilson either. He did this last preseason. He did it during the regular season. And the name I've heard a lot, and every time you're reading anything about practice or anything, it's been Emmanuel Wilson having big runs too. So he's getting to a point where we're not going to be able to get him on the practice squad. He's putting himself in a position where someone's going to claim him if we cut him. If he has another, now there's a couple of big games he has to go, and hopefully, there's Marshawn Lloyd pulled his hammy today. It sounds like hopefully it's very minor, but I think Emmanuel Wilson could. It's hard because AJ Dillon's probably like a leader on this team, a big veteran name and stuff like that. So it'd be hard to see him get cut. So, but I would. If Emmanuel Wilson keeps playing the way he is, we kind of see more of the same from A.J. Dillon. He seems to struggle a lot with short yardage, and then you put a more shifty, quick running back in there, and he converts him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this.
I would throw one other thing out there is if Emmanuel Wilson shows, whether it's in practice or in the last 2 preseason games, that he can pass protect, I think that becomes more of a possibility.
I do want to go back on this game and watch his snaps and see how his pass protection was, because I think that's one huge thing that AJ Dillon has is he's very reliable in pass protection. And is that something the Packers are willing to give up over someone that has a few more explosive runs?
Okay, so another guy we have to talk about, and Jake, I'm going to go to you first because you talked about the D-line in the pregame show. What did you think of Lucas Van Ness today?
I think Lucas Van Ness looked like a former first-round pick that has a season under his belt. I definitely this sounds going to sound weird to say, but we ran a 3.4 for a long time now. I don't even know the exact year, but at least 10, 11, 12 years. 12 years? Yeah, that makes sense. 12 years. Maybe more than that. I feel like our players that we drafted are better fit for 4-3. I like the 4-3 a little bit better. Seems like it's going to fit Gary better. Looks like it's going to fit LVN a little bit better. You can still run your stunts. You just know who's coming at the quarterback, and I think LVN is really in for a big year. I mean, we joked about it and said that he's going to have 10 sacks as a backup. I think that actually could be a real possibility because you look at the offense, we're going to be pushing the ball down the field. Teams are going to have to play catch-up against us. Fastest way to do that is to try to pass the ball and put yourself in a situation to get a lot of sacks.
I mean, he had 4 sacks as a rookie. So, Simon Bryant, I don't know if you guys have anything you want to add on LVN as far as the preseason goes so far.
Anything, Simon?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I thought he looked good again. Yeah, today. I thought he was patient in run defense. There's a couple times you kind of just seen him stand there and was like, okay, you have nowhere to run, just run into me. There's a couple times when he was just containing. So, and that's aside from, Devontae Wyatt does deserve some credit on LVN sack, but because he forced him into him. But, just getting in the backfield and then the other 2 tackles for losses. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for him. I thought he really started to come on towards the end of last year. And honestly, I don't think the Packers would have any reservation if he had to be the starter. It's just that they have so much respect for Preston Smith, and Preston Smith can absolutely play well, and same with Rashawn Gary. So he's kind of just stuck in the depth chart, but I do think he could have 7-8 sack season.
I think that's something that could contribute, because I feel like the early success of Gary was that he wasn't on the field all the time. So getting a fresh rotation of those 3 guys could be very beneficial to keeping them both healthy and during the game, making sure they're not worn out either.
Yeah, looking on the interior of the defensive line, one guy that I definitely want to give some credit to is Colby Wooden. There was one specific play where he took his rush on the guard into the tackle, and I don't remember who it was that allowed them to come around back to the inside between the guard and the center and make a play on the quarterback. I think it was Brenton Cox, but Colby Wooden doing a really good job to take out 2 offensive linemen just by rushing straight up the field. So is there anybody else on, let's stick on the defensive side of the ball that any of you guys want to bring up?
Even though, Williams was a little more flashy, but I thought Bullard showed that, he's going to be quick to the ball as well. So I think he deserves a mention. So that's good to see these rookies playing like that for sure.
One other guy that I want to throw out before you go to the offense is Eric Wilson. He looked like a guy you could trust to be a starting linebacker. There was a couple plays where he was in the backfield. Looking forward to seeing Edgerrin Cooper, but I'm not going to be upset if Cooper starts as the primary backup at linebacker. Okay, so we can go to offense. Jake, I'll go back to you. Is there anybody on offense that really impressed you and that you're looking forward to watching when we have our next watch party next week?
We brought up a lot of good names here, and I think Simon might have pulled the best one. Jacob Monk was fantastic today. I think Sean Ryan was really good today, playing multiple positions. Royce Newman was not fantastic today, but just had to bring him up for Bryant to maybe just tick him off just a little bit before we end the show. Wide receivers were all pretty good. Bo Melton had a tough day, though. Bo Melton's going to have to go use the jugs machine and catch some extra passes after practice next couple of days. But the offensive line, I think, got stronger as the game went on when they were actually taking things serious. I think the fourth quarter we kind of took our foot off the gas pedal. But the second and third quarter, I thought the offensive line got a really, really good push. So I want to give them credit as a unit.
Simon or Bryant, either of you guys got an offensive guy that you want to bring up?
I want to bring up Wicks. That route that he ran, if you get a chance, go watch it from like the backside or whatever. But he jumps aside to burn his defender and just absolutely flies past him. Like and they're talking about that, right? His his route running ability. And then it was nice to see. I mean, Josh Jacobs only got 1 carry, but he took 1 carry for 7 yards. It was kind of nice to see that.
He had a catch too.
Yeah, -2 yards, but yeah, that was 2. Right, they play. The offense is on the field for 3 plays or something like that. They went.
Yep.
2 touches to Jacobs, and then so.
And how about Jordan Love? People were questioning whether he could throw the deep ball. The 1 deep ball that he threw connected for a deep touchdown today.
Yeah,
just seems like he's gotten better at that over the last off season. I thought Joel Wilson had a few good plays. I mean, we kind of joked around a little bit about it, but
I'm a fan now.
Yeah. He had a couple good catches this game, and could be pushing for that like next practice squad, like off the practice squad kind of guy.
Yep. I definitely agree with you on that. And now I'm going to call him tight end U just because Joel Wilson sounds like a guy who plays tight end. And I'll throw this out there. Should Tyler Davis be experiencing any like lagging effects of his ACL injury from last year, you could maybe look at a guy like Joel Wilson to maybe come and steal some special team snaps if he can show something like that. So, we're talking about Joel Wilson, who's a guy that, really had no eyes on him, but the four of us are now talking about him. So his performance in today's game is definitely going to make me keep an eye on him in the next 2 preseason games.
For sure.
I thought
other than that, last one I want to throw out there is Julian Hicks. He made a couple of really nice plays. Again, we're talking about how insanely deep the Packers wide receiver room is, but he made a couple of really nice plays for the offense as well. So,
I agree. I think he might like. It'll be interesting. He might be primed for like practice squad because people might be like, well, what about aren't they going to put someone like Toure or why am I drawing a blank right now? Number 8, Malik Heath on the practice squad, but it's like they've had them around for a while. They might just know what they have in them, and they might be like, okay, DeBose fits the bill here. If DeBose happens to be, DeBose was outstanding today. So, it's possible Julian Hicks could be a little bit of change of flavor and like, okay, let's put him on the practice squad. So I think he definitely has an opportunity.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you if you stuck around with us for any amount of time, the whole time, a little bit of the time, or if you're going to check this out later on. This is the kind of thing that we are doing on Patreon. Anytime, anything for Wisco Fanatics. So that's Packers, Bucks, Badgers, Brewers. All of those games are going to be available to vote on for Patreon subscribers. You get to pick the games for the next month. August's games are the Packers Broncos preseason game and the Badgers home opener, season opener on August 30th. So those are the 2 that we're doing for Patreon. And we will have the September options up to vote on for soon. But we wanted to do one free one so people can see what they're getting, which is the full pregame show. We make it look like we're in the studio and everything. And then we're live during the whole game talking about the game. And then we do another post-game show where it looks like we're back to the studio. And that's what we do. So we'll acknowledge all the comments during the whole show and during the entire game and everything, and answer questions when we can and things like that nature. So, Michael, thank you for the compliment, and we will see you guys during the week. I'm sure we'll have takeaway posts and things of that nature coming this week. So stick with us for that as well. And we will see you guys Wednesday for our regularly scheduled show.